Show you I'm not average, I don't sound like that's the sound from pressing down. love to do just what I want. Do it when you say I won't. Now come and watch me move it. I promise I'ma make you lose it. Looking at me, now come get it. Like what you see, then you got good vision. Boy, this beat hits so different. Let me show you be free. Ain't no way you stopping me. Said I wanted to fly, so I went and got some wings, and I don't need you to act like you gon' hold me down, 'cause I won't believe you. No one can touch me now. Once a drum go dumb, once a drum go dumb. I love to do just what I want. Do it when you say I won't. Now come and watch me move it. I promise I'ma make you lose it. Looking at me, now come get it. Like what you see, then you got good vision. Boy, this beat hits so different. Let me show you what you've been missing. If you love the party, then the party's in the place. Got the boom, got the bass. I'ma shake it in your face. Yeah, love the party and I love to make a break. Got the boom, got the bang. You could take that to the bank. Going dumb, dee dum dum dum, dee dum dum dum, dee dum dum dum. Watch the drum go dumb, dee dum dum dum, dee dum dum dum, dee dum dum dum. Watch the drum go dumb. I just wanna be free. Ain't no way you stopping me. Said I wanted to fly, so I went and got some wings, and I don't need you to act like you gon' hold me down, 'cause I won't believe you. No one can touch me now. Feeling like a bullet, check my pulse over 100. Gonna peak, I gonna summer. I'm the average, I don't summer. That's the sun up from pressing down, shining like a sun now. Think of mirror image, but you're looking like a funhouse. Looking at me, now come get it. Like what you see, then you got good vision. Boy, this beat hits so different. Let me show you what you've been missing. Yeah, you love the party, then the party's in the place. Got the boom, got the bass. I'ma shake it in your face. Yeah, I love the party and I love to make it rain. Got the boom, got the bang. You can take it to the bank. Going dumb, dee dum dum dum, dee dum dum dum, dee dum dum dum. Watch the drum go dumb, dee dum dum dum, dee dum dum dum, dee dum dum dum. Watch the drum go dumb. Going down, dirty dum dum dum, 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 dirty dum dum dum. Yeah, watch the drum go bang, 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 boom, bang, 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 boom, bang, 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 boom, bang, bang. Dum dum dum. I just wanna be free. Ain't no way you stopping me. Said I wanted to fly, so I went and got some wings, and I don't need you to act like you gon' hold me down, 'cause I won't believe you. No one can touch me now. Once a drum go dumb, once a drum go dumb. I love to do just what I want. Do it when you say I won't. I love to do just what I want. Do it when you say I won't. Now come and watch me move it. I promise I'ma make you lose it. Looking at me, now come get it. Like what you see, then you got good vision. Boy, this beat hits so different. Let me show you what you've been missing. If you love the body, then the body's in the place. Got the boom, got the bass. I'ma shake it in your face. Yeah, love the body and I love to make a break. Got the boom, got the bang. You can take that to the bank. Going down, dee dum dum dum, dee dum dum dum, dee dum dum dum. Watch the drum go down, dee dum dum dum, dee dum dum dum, dee dum dum dum. Watch the drum go down. I just wanna be free. Ain't no way you stopping me. Said I wanted to fly, so I went and got some wings. And I don't need you to act like you gon' hold me down, 'cause I won't believe you. No one can touch me now. Feeling like a relative, my pulse over 100. Gonna be there, gonna summit. I'm the average that I'm summon. That's what's on up from pressing down. Shining like a sun now. Think a mirror image, but you're looking like a funnel. Looking at me, now come get it. Like what you see, then you got good vision. Boy, this beat hits so different. Let me show you what you've been missing. If you look the body, then the body's in the place. Get the boom, get the bass. I'ma shake it in your face. Yeah, I love the body and I love to make it rain. Get the boom, get the bang. You can take it to the bank. Going down, dee dum dum dum, dee dum dum dum, dee dum dum dum. Watch the drum go down, dee dum dum dum, dee dum dum dum, dee dum dum dum. Watch the drum go down. Going yeah. Going down, dirty dum dum dum, dirty dum dum dum, dirty dum dum dum, dirty dum dum dum, dirty dum dum dum. Yeah, watch the drum go bang, 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 boom, bang, 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 boom, bang, 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 boom, bang, bang. Get the dum dum dum. I just wanna be free. Ain't no way you stopping me. Said I wanted to fly, so I went and got some wings. And I don't need you to act like you gon' hold me down, 'cause I won't believe you. No one can touch me now. Watch the drum go down.
KDA, should we show them how we do it every day? Kali that girl, Kali go girl, Kali don't stop, Kali don't skirt, Kali got a job, Kali go to work. 뜨거워 언제나 don't get burned. 넘쳐 흘러물 든 a buffet, 죽여주잖아 like a buffet. 누가 감히 on my outfit, 그 문 열지 마 that's a rock day. 당겨봐 your mark 'cause I'm greater than. 필요 없는 시험들 다 뿐이미, but all of my numbers are talking back. 부루마법 message monopoly. 눈종이 돈이나 real money 필요 없대. 너네들이 만든 돈들 go get it, go get it, go get it. 더 미션 눈을 못대 못해 그래 너도 get it 'cause I got it different. All I'll ever know is life upon the throne. 시작하면 끝을 보는 거야. You want more? No, I got it so deep. You look like you could use some more. No, I got it, never running low. Yeah, I got more than enough, and it up and away. 哇哇，这一路上的奇迹都记住了你的每一个瞬间，无比的耀眼。I know you want some more， 准备好就一起走 ，Give it more。Now I got it, so keep going. You look like you could use some more. Now I got it, never running low. Yeah, I got more than enough, set it up and away. You know I got it like bum bum, blow your mind. Never get a lesson, it's how it'll stay. You know I got it like all day, all the time. What are you willing to lose? You cover your wounds, but underneath them, a million voices in your head that whisper, stop now. Another twist of the knife, a turn of the screws, it's all in your mind, and it's fighting you on yourself. The storm is coming. Wow, kid, what you gonna do now? It's your reflection looking back to pull you down. So are you gonna die today or make it out alive? You gotta conquer the monster in your head and then you'll fly, fly, Phoenix fly. It's time for a new empire. Go bury your teammates and tear down the ceiling. Phoenix fly. And now you're playing with matches, come out of the ashes underneath you. A million voices in the crowd, they're screaming, stop now. Well, let them swallow the pride, you're turning the tide to true believers. Got them in the palm of your hand, you're playing God now. What you gonna do now? It's your reflection looking back to pull you down. So are you gonna die today or make it out alive? You gotta conquer the monster in your head and then you'll fly, fly, Phoenix fly. It's time for a new empire. Go bury your teammates, then tear down the ceiling. Phoenix fly. What you gonna do So are you gonna die today or make it out alive? You gotta conquer the monster in your head and then you'll fly, fly, Phoenix fly. It's time for a new empire. Go bury your teammates, then tear down the ceiling. Phoenix fly.
Welcome everybody to today's stream, and it seems like I had autoplay on, doesn't matter. That was a recap of what last year's semi-finals was like, and today we hope that we get a start of some awesome semi-finals as well. So without further ado, we're quickly going to introduce the teams that are going to be going up against each other. It is going to be Team Cataclysm versus Team Bruv, and we're going to start from the top lane on Team Cataclysm. It is going to be Mindless in the jungle, Red Husky in the mid lane, Ainsley in that bot lane position, Kenners and Cursed on support, and on the side of Team Bruv, Dark Enclave in the top lane, Vink in the jungle, Skycold as the mid laner, Punky Boy as the AD carry, and Strong Ewok as the team's support. That is the lineup of the competitors in this semi-final game today, and well, this is probably so much we can talk about both these teams. Both these teams have been incredibly impressive over the course of the split. Really, Team Bruv only dropping games to the Chainers, and Team Cataclysm this split, and Team Cataclysm really only dropping games to Chainers as well. So that this is really just going to be an interesting series to determine who will be the first team to enter the finals that will be happening next weekend. Make sure you do not miss that one. But I'm going to give the teams go ahead for the champions select. They're probably listening, but we are going to go ahead with champions select as soon as we can. We want to get these games up and rolling. Well, yeah. As I say that, they have started, so we can switch the scenes. We can get going, and Team Cataclysm will be blue side game 1. Team Bruv will be on the red side, and as we can see, there's probably many strategies both teams will be looking to go towards. However, Team Bruv have really been showing up. Dark Enclave has been probably the dark horse of the team since switching to the top lane position. He's been giving these carries, these bruiser carry champions, and he's really been popping off, especially on the Darius in the quarterfinal series against TLH. So we're going to see if they're going to be looking to take these kinds of picks away from Team Bruv. We have started with a ban of Senna. Senna has been rising in popularity, especially the fact that he's not really getting nerfed, with an Olaf ban on the side of Team Bruv. Team Cataclysm will opt to ban Skycold's Azir. He has been very good on that champion very lately. It is one of his trademarks, and looks like Team Bruv are just going to focus down Husky completely. It is the Lilia ban, and as I was saying, there's the Darius ban. Going to force the Dark Enclave onto something different, show something new, and that is a Hecarim ban. These are the 3 jungle bans, so it opens up pretty much Team Cataclysm to everything that they really want, which is quite a surprise, knowing how good both Kenners and Cursed are in this bottom lane, especially with picks of Fresh, and I'm expecting it to really be prioritized here. Maybe Ral or Fresh, but it's going to be, by the looks of things, it's going to be a Galio first pick here. It's being hovered right now, so seems like the team is going top tier, and it is going to be the Galio lock-in, so that is exactly what we are getting right now from Team Cataclysm. We'll see what the kind of answer that we're looking to. Team Bruv are probably going to look something strong in the mid jungle duo. It is Nunu. However, Vink will be able to get his hands on this Nunu champion, and he's probably going to be looking to make a lot of plays in this early stages of the game for his team, as well as being a very tanky frontline, and it is going to get locked in. And I'm expecting probably a really strong mid laner. Not expecting a control mage. That seems to be the answer coming towards onto Skycold, knowing that he really just prefers these control mages in that middle lane. He doesn't really shy off away from, and when he does, he really hasn't performed very well. But that's going to be Caitlyn picked up on the side of Team Bruv as well, and it is not going to get answered by an AD carry just yet. We see a Vi hover, not particularly interested liking this pick up right now. We haven't seen a Husky whip out of Vi, but we have seen other junglers perform really, really well on this, so she clearly can do something good. This is the newest patch, so Xin Zhao is now an AP champion, and it is the Vi lock-in, so it is the Vi in the jungle, and it's going to get they're going to pick up that Kai'Sa as well, so no Aphelios today. It is the Kai'Sa, and we are going to see what Team Cataclysm is really looking for. This Galio can still be flexed to the bottom lane, so it could be a Galio Kai'Sa lane, especially if Team Bruv opt for something, and it's for a Morgana, and it is a Morgana, so we are pretty much getting a repeat of the Team Frostfire versus Harpoon Boys, where Atomica just really didn't shine on that Galio, and he went against a Morgana, so we are really going to see whether they're going to opt to allow this Morgana to get this counter pick into that bottom lane or not. I'm expecting to keep that Galio in the mid lane. Of course, the Team Bruv are taking a big risk, allowing mages, and they definitely think this is a Galio support with a LeBlanc ban coming out. They don't expect Ainsley to be able to whip out a Galio mid. So we are going to see what kind of bans, and it is going to be more bans directed towards Sky Cold. Kassadin is getting banned away so clearly. They don't really want to deal with the hyper carry that Sky Cold is for Team Bruv. He is the main team carry of that team, along with Strong Ewok and the top side of the map. So those players have really been shining lately. But instead of a playmaker, Strong Ewok is going to get the Morgana. But it is a Morgana, Caitlyn, and Camille is going to be the last ban towards that top side of the map. They do not want to see Mindless on that champion. They've seen his solo queue win rate, so they want to stay away from that. But that does give the Jax open. Possibility of a Jax is still a thing. They possibly Dark Enclave will look to play something maybe tanky. Ornn has been very good lately, especially with the Fawn Mail hack. That you can really get like a 4 mil 3 minutes into the lane. It is going to be an Orianna ban as well, so that's going to be taken away. So it seems like Sky Cold is probably opting towards his Syndra pick. He did play that last week. He was doing very well in it as well. So he's probably going to look to just run it back with a Syndra. Nunu Syndra, fairly good objective control, but it is going to be a Gnar picked in the 4th round. So Sky Cold is going to get this counter pick just like we expect. Not very safe top lane pick, really. Not many champions can deal with it. Malphite is probably one of the better ones, especially with the current nerf. The W just really doesn't do any damage, but it is going to be a Syndra, so they are going to put themselves into this weaker bottom side, which is very interesting. It happened last week. It really didn't work for Team Frostfire, and Team Cataclysm just want to run it back and say, hey, we can do this better, and they're definitely just going to go for it this time around. It is the Syndra mid, so it's basically taking Sky Cold's champion, and Urgot in the top play now. Very interesting, as the changes have been reverted, so he is no longer as strong as he was with the Titanic Hydra build, but Stridebreaker is still a very strong item, so it's still pretty strong to be utilized on. And Team Bruv have really got to have an answer now. They have very well read this Galio in the support role, so the question is now, what kind of mid laner they are really going to opt towards? Whether they're going to go something as safe, maybe Cassiopeia is open, but Cassiopeia is open. Cassiopeia will do very well in controlling the Team Cataclysm, but never mind, it is going to be the Echo locked in. They're going for the assassin mid. They want to counter that Syndra, and they want to beat that lane straight up. We're having a little problem with Mr. Kersley. Just to see that the lobby, but it doesn't matter. It is going to be the Echo final locked in, and by the looks of things, both teams are going to opt into a heavy team fight. Maybe a little bit from a little bit split, maybe with some team fights. But Team Bruv are definitely going to be looking to find some picks onto Team Cataclysm, and Team Cataclysm just really will want to straight up 5v5 these objectives. So we are definitely awaiting what could happen in these games. I mean, I'm not necessarily a fan of the vibe in this jungle, in the comp that they really have. It is a strong engage, but Vink would like to point something out in the chat. He can definitely do that. We do not mind. He's not going to point anything out. He is just taking his time. But anyway, we are going to get into the game shortly. And I'm being asked. Okay. We are going to have to remake the lobby, so we are going to have to spend a few minutes on that. Scuffed production as always, but who cares? Well, this is going to be one interesting game. We are definitely going to see a big brawl happening. However, Team Bruv have a much better early objective control with this Nunu pick. With the Dseku in the mid lane, they are going to be able to get early prio, so that Vi and the Syndra just simply won't be able to do much in these early stages. But we will see how it will turn out. Definitely Skycold will play for the prio. Ainsley will probably not allow him to take it, but that's just how these lanes are going to go. I'm expecting bottom lane to just get heavily pushed over and over and exposing himself to a gank, but that will also allow Nunu to roll on in with a counter gank, as Galio is just really never going to be able to engage past level 3 into this Morgana, which is definitely a weak point, as it's definitely a weak point of the comp, but they definitely still have the delivery system of this Vi with Q into the enemy team, ulting into that back line with the Galio ultimate coming down on top of her will allow them to secure a swift engage, with this Urgot being able to at least execute one person each fight. If he doesn't get instantly blown up, then that's definitely going to be a big plus for the side of Team Cataclysm. But we are definitely going to see how it will play out. The early state of the lane will definitely determine how this top lane matchup goes. Mindless does tend to prioritize these fights a lot. He does want to outplay his opponent, but the Gnar is still fairly strong in those early stages of the game. His W will still do max HP damage, so it's not just going to do 0 damage. It is going to be able to pump a little bit for him. So he's definitely going to feel a little bit of pain from that lane in those early stages. Gnar is a fairly oppressive champion. They are finishing up the champion select quite shortly. I would like to point out I am all by myself, so it is going to be a snooze fiesta, especially during the game. But we are going to... Oh wait, we are going to get a 3-minute spectator delay as always, so we are going to have to go through that. And as we see, we got resident sleepers in the chat. That's exactly what we want, especially watching some of these games. But I'm expecting plenty of fights in these early stages with the champions that they have locked in. I don't want those 40-minute snooze fiestas. Let's go. Let's replicate what we saw in the pre-game in the semi-finals from last season videos, and make it a spectacular 3-game series this evening. As the spectator delay begins just now, we can definitely look at some of the strengths that these players have shown over the past couple of weeks. Team Bruv really have improved since swapping Vink into the jungle and Dark Enclave into top. You could clearly tell Dark Enclave wasn't comfortable in this in the jungle position. He wasn't comfortable. Dealing with in the jungle with all these junglers who were clearly just having a much easier time than him, and Vink was also slightly struggling in the top lane. Apart from a few times he was shining a few times, but also it wasn't the rhythm that they really needed until finally they swapped back and they pretty much started to stomp every single matchup in that jungle top position. They weren't giving up any pieces of the map, and now they are in the semi-finals fighting for the final spot. So we are definitely going to see how that is going to play out in the later stages of the series. Who is going to have the better mental edge after some of the first few games? Yeah, they're definitely the mental state after game 1 is important, especially if you lose really hard. You need to be able to reset. You need to be able to just come back and show that you can bring the series back. We saw that in the TFF versus Harpoon boys, and we are definitely gonna want to see it again this time around. Just under a minute 30 left. So definitely not much longer of me just waffling around about some random things. it is a big matchup. It is going to be the fight for everything. This is going to determine who will go into the finals to win the spring split. The split before the next split, to be able to call themselves the best team in the league, despite what the regular split was like. If they can go through and win it all, they can call themselves the best team in the league right now. And definitely all of these teams will want the accolade after spending so long, just dedicating so much time to getting better. We shouldn't have called this winter the split winter, because it ends in spring. Ha, see? Good. Clever. We can call the last one autumn, because the last one will obviously end. Spring will be here by the time finals reach, so it'll end in spring. So technically it is spring, because Pro Play kind of works the same way. Even though they start in January during the winter, they always end in April. Last game is in spring. Not last game, but like last series in spring. But anyway, we are loading into the game. We are going to be getting into game 1. So we are going to be. I just need to switch. Just need to switch the scenes, and we can get into the game. We can probably talk about some of these keystone choices from players. I can see that both the Caitlyn is really opting towards some of this sustain. She is not going. She's not going to go on the lethal tempo option, so it is probably going to be. It is going to be with the exhaust as well, so they definitely don't want any all-ins happening in this bottom side of the map. That's definitely something Strong Ewok is looking to stop. They really just want this Caitlyn, let this Caitlyn scale and get to these team fights relatively unharmed and relatively with relatively unharmed, especially how strong the dive possibility is from the side of Team Cataclysm. But we are in game now. This is game 1 of the spring semi-final. It is the kickoff, and we are going to see what both teams have cooked up for us at the beginning. It seems like Team Cataclysm is going to opt towards going towards this top side, and that they are looking for a cheeky invade onto the tri-brush. Now, Nara is also not pathing that way, so it really doesn't matter. Oh no, yeah, he's gonna watch the pathway through that side of the jungle, so he's definitely going to be exposed if they go all the way around towards red side. He is not going to be able to see it in time when they go over, unless he decides to path up. Now, there is a ward that they've placed, so they'll definitely have information on Dinar, but once they walk in through here, they'll know that Vink is going to start towards Bloodside, but Dark Enclave is going to spot Cursed out. He's going to drop a ward, so nothing's bad is really going to happen. Skycold is going to warn them away, and a bit of damage onto Mindless, just for good measure. They have spotted Husky as well, so Husky seems like they are going to try and go vertical jungle side, but Husky is leaving that side of the jungle now, so they have information on it, and seems like Vink is just going to ward up a little bit. He is going to be late towards his buff. He's got 7 seconds, and he's had his opponent's red buff. Ainsley's just going to warn him away, and seems like he's going to be late towards his first buff. That's a little bit of a problem there, as Husky has got a timing advantage, but obviously Nunu is fairly quick in his clears, so it really doesn't matter too much. Now, as we say that, Vink slowly clearing away. That they are probably going to opt towards full side clears into the respective other sides of the jungle. I really wouldn't mind splitting the map in two, especially knowing that Zergot is into the Gnar. He is going to suffer or get pushed in a little bit in the early stages, and Red Husky could really just punish this Gnar pick in these early stages, and Strong Ewok just flashes on the spot. He definitely was a misclick, and as I say that, we get a little bit of an execute trade in the mid lane. Skycold winning out in this matchup early stages, but Strong Ewok really just fan-fingered his keyboard. He pressed that He pressed the D key, actually. It's on his D key, and that's definitely going to cost him late in the later stages, but there's not much that the bot lane of CTM can do at this moment, as they're just getting completely poked out, which is working in a favor. But if the gank comes in, Red Husky is already on the Raptors, so he is definitely taking this jungle quicker than Vink, and it's definitely just going to be an easy, quick gank towards the bottom side. And I mean, Dark Enclave simply just winning out in this top side of the map. He is playing now, but that's a good sidestep, and they are going to take a cheater recall this early on, which is definitely a good option, knowing that the Vi is in this top side of the map. They don't have the jungler, and they are going to just completely back out of this lane, knowing that they could really just lose a lot if they stay, especially burning the flash. And now they can see that Husky is down here, so that was definitely a good decision. And Vink has a little window of opportunity into this top side, but Urgot's getting pushed in, so there's really not much they'll be able to do. Scuttle Crab on the top side will go to Vink, and bottom side Scuttle will go to Red Husky. And seems like we're going to get a lane guy. They don't know it's warded. They know where this Vi is sitting, and Skycold is really not liking these trades. He is trying to get some damage back, but Ainsley Stapes too far. Minions will do a lot of damage at that point. And wave traded, and now we're going to see a reset. And I've not seen such clean bot lane plays in Coral this entire split. Now, that is something that you like to see. Both bot lanes are really taking this seriously. Vink is just going to invade the jungle a little bit. Something that Red Husky opted not to do. He is going to take a recall as well. But he is a camp ahead of this Nunu, so he's not going to lose too much apart from his second respawn Grump, so that's definitely a big win for this Nunu. And Mindless is just struggling to gain some lane control this game, and he has to just E away unless the Dark just completely just one-shots him. As someone said, yes, that is true. That is the classic Syndra. The Syndra Echo matchup gets really turned as soon as this Echo turns level 6, and we see a gank in the mid lane, but that's a big snowball hitting Ainsley, but nothing comes out of it, as that was a great scatter of the week. So he gets away with that one scot-free. That was a perfect snowball hitting him, and now they're keeping a great vision, and Ainsley is going to get all in. He's going to have to flash away. There's no ignite on the Echo, so no kill comes through that point, but it is going to force the flash away, so definitely a misplay there. He didn't need to stay there. He was already a bit chunked. He has TP available, and now all Skycold has to do is just push this lane back, and he saves his TP for any possible plays that he has. And as I was saying, there was a flash forward by Mindless onto Dark Enclave, and Dark Enclave just presses E, and this just jumps away. This Nara is proving to be such a good pickup. Now they know that Vi's in the top side. She is going to take the level 1 Krugs away from the Nunu, but it really doesn't matter. He's probably on more EXP as he finished his level 2 Grump. So now he's going to look towards taking more jungle away from Husky, as he's setting his eyes on those Raptors. Now this is definitely splitting the jungle up in two pieces. Now, Ainsley has spotted out the Nunu, so he's definitely going to ward him away, and that's going to grant Red Husky the ability to take those Raptors away, but it is going to be given first Drake at 6 minutes to Team Bruv. They are going to get this dragon. It is Mountain first, so we definitely are getting Mountain Soul this game, so we are going to wait to see what we have. The Herald is still not up, so definitely can't trade for a Herald, and that is a secure dragon on the side of Team Bruv. That's definitely very good proactive play without really dropping much. Top lane is doing really, really well this game to basically just allow them. That is something that you would probably see Golden Guardians play, but because they're in an LCS league, they just get completely slammed. But so far, I'd have to say this is a flawless early game that's been completed by Team Bruv. We're definitely going to see the game slow down a little bit. First Herald is spawning in just under a minute. All lanes are just trying. Skycold is level 7 now, so he's going to trade a little bit of damage. Not much damage being traded in this top side of the map. This Urgot is really struggling in the top lane, unfortunately. He's down quite a big chunk of CS with a big minion wave pushing into Dark Enclave. This Gnar has really just free reigns of whatever he wants to do. And Husky is really looking for something in this mid lane. He's noticing a pattern where they don't have many options left, and Dark Enclave just making sure he's not going to get ganked from behind by this Vi, who's now level 6 and is ahead of Vink by levels. That is very interesting to see how that happened, and he's going to take away the Krugs without Vink even knowing. So both junglers in the top side, he is going to spot him out, and that's definitely going to be a fight brewing. It is a level 5 Nunu, so it's a level 5 Nunu against a level 6 Vi with a level 7 Urgot. They are not going to take the fight, as they know how tough might this be, but Vink is going to get all in, and he's going to get ulted up by the Urgot. It's going to be first blood going over to Team Cataclysm. They didn't respect the level advantage. Dark Enclave tried to help out with his ulti of his own to stop the engage, but it wasn't enough. Definitely a misplay there. Vink blew his flash on that play as well, so definitely this opens up the Red Husky to be able to look towards his Herald, but mid lane is going to be forced away as well, so he is going to have to cover for that. However, the bot lane is doing pretty well for now, so they definitely still have available players, and Urgot, just like that, picks up a kill for himself and pretty much nearly evens up the gold difference with these minions. So it went from a very good early game to an unnecessary fight on the side of Team Bruv, but definitely that is not the end of the cases. And Urgot is going to all in again. There's no ultimate available on this Gnar, and that's a lot of damage going down onto him. When he turns back to normal Gnar, he is going to get tagged up with the Q as well, but the Purge does not connect, so he does not do any more damage in this top lane, and Dark Enclave has TP up, so he really is not worried about it. Vink is trying to take the control wood, but he is going to pop the ultimate. He's going to do big amount of damage towards Ainsley, but Ainsley, you're all alone, my friend. There's nothing else here, and Vink is low again. There's an Urgot, but there's no ultimate available, so there's not much he can do right about now, and that's a smite consume by the Nunu, and he's back to just full HP. And Nunu is still around in his top side, so if Mindless steps a bit too far up, he could really just get ganked at this point. Red Husky is in this bot side of the map, so he's going to look probably for a tower dive. Dark Enclave really doesn't have a lot of damage, but the ultimate misses from Mindless. And he's just going to get taken under the tower with a Gnarl, and he's going to go down. A lot of action going down in this top side of the map. And both Ainsley and Mindless lose their lives for little skirmishes. And that's definitely going to mean this Gnar is just going to be able to snowball his lead from now on, and this Echo is just going to be so difficult to deal with. But as I'm saying now, Red Husky is looking towards a middle lane gank. Skycall has everything available. He's got Flash, he's got ult available. He's got Vink on his top side of the map. He's going to stun up Husky, deal probably a big chunk of damage, but that's going to deter Husky from going in. He misses the Q over the wall, and Skycold is just going to try and fight this one by himself. It is a 2v1, but Skycold has everything available. Here comes Vink on the Nunu. Husky is super low. Skycold is going to walk away. He knows a lot of damage could CC him up, and he might not be able to take it down. And Cursed walks into some of the traps, and he takes a little bit of HP, but it doesn't matter because he just walks straight up away. Straight up away with that W popped in. Doesn't take too much. Now Ainsley is just going to get knocked up again. He's seeing so much pressure from that jungle side, and he's just not able to do too much in this mid lane right now. He's got to understand that Skycall has so much pressure, so much kill pressure right now onto him, so he has to be able to play very passive. And Mindless with the flash E forward, and he misses again. That is unfortunately. This is the first game indeed. They are just going straight out. Dark Enclave has flash available. He is catching up. That's a Q is going to land. There's no flash on Mindless, and the easy kill is getting picked up by Dark Enclave. He is 2-0 now, and Mindless is just running out of ideas in this game. He's got nothing to do right now. He's just straight up into that top side, and Herald is going to go down in the mid lane. Ainsley is forced to TP into this mid side of the map, and Vink is going to get chunked down. He is going to take a lot of damage. Ainsley drops everything he has. Here comes the Galio ultimate as well. Echo uses ultimate. Dark Enclave is here with the TP. Sky Cold, nothing left. He's got flash available. Cursed goes very, very low. Husky, you're too far ahead. Oh, that's not enough. Dark Enclave doesn't do enough damage with that last auto, but Dark Enclave is going to take Ainsley down. Nor is just too big right now. He's just too much damage. Kenneth is just left all by himself on the bottom side, and seems like more plating is going to go towards Punky Boy and Strong Ewok as well. That's a play going super south on for Team Cataclysm, and unfortunately, there's not much else that they could have done in that play. Dark Enclave with a perfect TP going into that middle lane, forcing a play. The Vi wasn't able to pick up any kills. That Ainsley picking up one, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough. That was a just one for one trade as well. And Nunu is just going to get super tanky. So getting him behind doesn't really mean much at this stage of the game when you have such a powerful Echo who'll be able to walk into these side lanes. He'll be able to walk into any position he wants to, and nobody's really going to be able to contest against him. And that's a Cloud Drake going over to Team Bruv as well, and it means we are getting Infernal Soul. So Team Cataclysm definitely have enemy possibility, and Dark Enclave is onto Husky. He misses the W stun, he misses the ultimate as well. No wall stun. He is going to have to Q. Oh, Husky is going to have to Q away. He gets the shield again, but here's Mindless, and Mindless is going to save Husky before he goes down with the ultimate onto the Nog. Just gives up a big shutdown onto Diego, and that definitely is going to swing the gold back a little bit towards Team Cataclysm. And both teams are super eager to not give anything up, but not a bit too far forward with no flash. Thank you. He's got Husky in his sights, and now Urgot just gets free tower damage. Plating's already gone, so not much gold is going to get given away onto Team Cataclysm, but that definitely wasn't the play to be made by now. He's already really strong. He definitely didn't need to contest any buffs or any cabs in that Riv side, and we are definitely going. They're definitely going to be talking about that one. It is a best of 3, yes, so it is going to be maximum of 3 games. Whoever team gets 2 wins the series. And first tower is going to go to Mindless. Mindless with, obviously, this Purge activated, does a lot of tower damage, but that's a stride break forward by Dark Enclave. He is going to do a lot of damage. He misses the catch on his Boomerang, but it doesn't matter because he turns Mega Gnar, and he's going to pick up a free kill onto the Mindless, and Mindless really not paying attention. He's being a bit mindless in that top lane, but Strong Ewok is caught between Team Cataclysm and a wall, and he is going to go down, and the Vi ultimate is going to go on Punky Boy. Punky Boy is going to flash over the wall, but Husky's going to follow him with the Q. Punky Boy has got just nothing left. Another Q over from Husky, and he's going to pick up a kill onto the AD carry. Skycold still has the ultimate available, so he still can make something happen, but instead he's going to go push onto that middle lane. Knowing the Ainsley is dead, he's going to try and build a bigger lead in this middle lane, and top side of the map, it looks like it's going to go down with Vink helping Dark Enclave push this top tower, and it is going to go down. And that's another objective going towards Team Bruv, and they're really on the case this game. And as I'm saying, Team Cataclysm is trying to answer a little bit with this bot side tower. And this will allow the bot side, the bot lane, to just roam around the map, maybe to look towards the next Herald that is spawning in just 40 seconds. That's definitely an objective that both teams will want to play for. Actually, never mind. Is that going to be the second Herald? I believe that is going to be second Herald. I don't know if 2 have already gone down. Not paying attention too much to those 2 objectives. Dragon is up in 2 minutes, so definitely picking up a Herald here will help either team secure the 3rd Dragon. Now, Team Bruv will definitely want to be able to take that one away, but Team Cataclysm know that they can easily just stack these dragons up. 4 Infernal Drakes will definitely mean that the Syndra is just simply going to one-shot the bottom lane of Team Bruv at any points that she'll want, and this Kai'Sa will is definitely looking to just get super strong. super strong, but that's a stun onto Kenez. Kenez drops so low, but Sky Cold gets dropped really low as well, and that's a big Urga ultimate across the lane. He takes him down, and Dark Enclave is going on to Ainsley. Scatter of the week, it doesn't matter, and the last boomerang is hitting him. Ainsley is going to go down. TP is going down by Mindless. That's a really bad TP. You have a Herald available. Don't know why you have done that, but seems like they're just going to give that one away, but that's a big outplay from the side of Team Cataclysm, taking down Sky Cold, and that's definitely going to feel a little bit sting as he was so close to taking down Kenez, who's kept both the summoners, and it seems like knowing the top lane is in the bottom, and they are going to converge onto this Herald. They know they can give this dragon away. It is the first dragon. It would be the first dragon for Team Cataclysm, and this is going to be the last Herald of the game. This is definitely going to allow you to push whichever tower you want, but it seems like Team Bruv is actually just going to opt to try and get this dragon. But Vink is going to get caught out. He gets the black shield onto him, but it doesn't matter. He goes down very quickly. Punky Boy is going to follow as well. Ewok is managing to get to the tower. Scar of the week with the stun is going to miss, and that means that Dragon is a free picking for Team Cataclysm, and might as well they get the Herald at this point. They have all the objectives they can take. Mid lane tower is also half HP, so seems like the Syndra is going to go towards that one. Echo is sticking in the top side. Strong Ewok is going to get a little bit of damage popped onto him. Scatter of the week lands with the perfect. Unleash power lands as well, but not enough to take him into kill range. And first dragon of the game, 14 Cataclysm, is the Infernal Dragon, and definitely just going to look to stack those away. But the Herald is still standing. It is probably less than a minute away from despawning, so no team is really prioritizing that one. They're really looking to protect Kenez in this bottom side of the map while taking away some of the buffs, and Vink doesn't get the smite away, and he is 2 levels below Husky, so he doesn't get that back. And seems like no team is wanting to get this Herald. No team is wanting to pick up this objective that can grant them a free tower at this point in the game, but it is 20 seconds until it despawns, so really no team is going to look towards this one, which is definitely unfortunate as there's still a bot lane tower to take, and as we know, Team Cataclysm are going to defend that as much as they can, so there's definitely going to be a game between how well can Dark Enclave find this backline, how well is he be able to find that big ultimate onto Kenez, onto Ainsley and Cursed, and how will possibly, and oh, but that's a flash E forward by Mindless, and Ewok just gets completely taken down. Sky Cold is going to be forced to ult away, and that's going to be the ultimate. Maddie got landing, but he is now not going to get slowed up. He is going to run out there to safety at this time of the game. As I say, this Ainsley is just getting abused in this top side of the map, and that's a jump forward by Dark Enclave. He's got so much damage, he's so tanky. Unleashed power doesn't do enough. Scar of the week missed before, and he just goes down. Ainsley is really not looking too sharp this game. He is 5-1-5, and it's definitely not helping. And Dark Enclave is just really putting this game onto his shoulders. He takes down another tower. That's the second tower of the game that he takes down. And Sky Cold puts the parallel convergence down onto Kenez, gets him down. Kenez is going to ult into Punky Boy. He doesn't take him down. He does in the end, but Sky Cold picks up the big 350 gold shut down onto him, and Sky Cold has got one back for himself. He avenges the miss on the kill last time, and this time around he gets the kill, and Curse just there's nothing he can do on that one. Vink just is going to pop up that snowball a little bit. Husky is in the vicinity. He's going to get rooted up by Ewok on the Morgana, and nothing else is going to come of it, as there's just no backup available right now. Skycold is going to take a reset, as most of the team will, knowing that Dragon is only up in 2 minutes. And the Team Cataclysm can't really take Baron now Team Bruv is still slightly ahead with 600 gold, but it doesn't matter. But so Vinker's going to flash away. He's going to get caught out. There's so much damage coming from this Vi. Consume is going to buy him extra time, but it doesn't matter because Husky does so much with this Divine Sunderer. He is just unstoppable right now. He's 3-0-6. Cursed is got out, though. The Justice Punch is going to miss. Sky Cold takes so much damage. He's forced to ult. Dark Enclave is in the mix of the fight. He doesn't have his ultimate available. He doesn't go down. He flashes away. Ewoks flashes forward with the ultimate, but he is going to go down as the Zhonya's was so late. Sky Cold, no ultimate. He gets picked off by Mindless. He's forced to Zhonya's. Kenneth is dropping super low, but Sky Cold flashes over the wall and just gets away. A sliver of HP. They've got nothing left, no ultimate. But Kai'Sa had her ultimate available at the end, but it clearly there was no stacks available on Sky Cold, so he couldn't pick that one up. And Vink is going to roll on with that snowball into that mid side of the map, but nothing is going to come of it because everyone has recalled at this time already. So much happening, only 22 minutes in, and we've already seen 24 kills go down. The game is so even. They are even in gold. Just one tower ahead for the side of Team Bruv, but both teams really are showing that they want this victory. They want this game. They don't want to give this up. However, Vink is just falling further and further behind. Luckily, he's still a tank, so he can still tank a little bit of damage unless he's fighting the Vi, who just completely shreds him at this point in the game. I can quite see that Ainsley has opted to kill the Liandry's into this game, and Sky Cold is going to get caught out in the top side. Parallel Convergence goes down. He's not going to get the stunner because a great ultimate by Husky. It is going to force the ultimate from Sky Cold, and it seems like he's going to go down. Flash forward by Husky. He takes him down with the punch, and that's going to be it. That's a 150 goal shutdown claimed by this Vi, but the Vi is flashless, ultless, and this dragon is spawning just now. They need to make their way quickly as Punky Boy and Vink have a lot of damage, but here comes Dark Enclave. He gets a 3-man ultimate onto Cursed, onto the back line, but it doesn't matter because nobody is there to follow up on him. The dragon is at 1400 and Husky gets it with the smite. Vink missed the consume smite and Ewok is going to go down. Punky Boy is going to be next. The Void Seeker lands. He's going to blast going over, but it doesn't matter because Kenneth is there. Kenneth is going to pick him up, and ulti is going to get thrown up by Manless, but yeah, Vink doesn't have enough HP down. He's not below the threshold. He's not going to get taken down, and it seems like the Blue Wolf is going to get saved up for Ainsley. But the Blue Wolves might get reset. No, it does not. He is going to get picked up by Ainsley, and they're going to look towards this middle lane tower, maybe even this Baron, but Vink is already in base. He is going to look towards getting out to this side of the map, and he is going towards the bottom side of the map. He does not know the Baron has been started. Ainsley in the mid lane is definitely not giving up the right cue. Sky Cold might be looking to gank this middle side of the map. There's no Sky Rick available for a few more seconds. Ainsley is definitely looking to get Sky Cold away, but Sky Cold picks up a free kill, but the Baron is going to go down. They did not know, and free Baron is going to go down to Team Cataclysm, and that's definitely something that Team Bruv were not aware of. That Pink would definitely being able to allow them to take this one for free, and Ainsley just being a bit too far up. He's with that Leandro, so he is not able to do too much burst after that item was changed to be more of a tank killing item instead of just a good burn item. So definitely Leon, maybe an Everfrost would have been so much better this game, knowing that it gives you a bit more HP. I'm quite surprised no Verdant Barrier has also been up, even though the cost has gone up, even though the amount of MR you get is lower. It's still good into these champions, as there's 3 champions that do a ton of magic damage. Even this now does quite a bit of magic damage W, but Curse is trying to find the Dark Enclave, but Dark Enclave has a free flash, just jumps over the wall and gets away, and Kenneth just free pushes the top side of the map now, and nobody's really there to answer him. Sky Cold's in the bottom side. He's got TP available. All TPs are available apart from Mindless, and Mindless has to keep quite close to the action. Sky Cold's going to force to recall, but never mind. The call comes in for him to stay, so he's going to stay in this bottom side of the map, and Kenneth is going to be pushing it into this top side of the map. As minions are going to start slowly going down, but the Baron is helping out having them so much. There's 4 people in the top side now. Sky Cold has really choose, but the tower has done so much damage to Kenneth and Husky, they might not be able to engage unless they get a perfect engage. Dark Enclave Meganart is not even, the bar is not even fully leveled up, and Vink might be getting caught out. That wasn't the perfect ultimate for the Vi, but the Vi is running dangerously low. She's forced to get over. That's a big Scatter of the Week stun, and I say that quite late, but it doesn't matter, as Skycall is being stopped on the recall, and there's nothing that coming from that engage, but Team Bruv are able to successfully repel the tower push onto that top side without their main man Skycall there, so definitely you can call that a victory, but they have to now suppress the mid push. This is a tier 2 tower. They're definitely going to look to take this away. They're maybe even going to try and fight for it. There's no ultimate on this Vi available. All ultimates are available. Mindless is in the bottom side. Big route onto Ainsley. Ainsley takes a big chunk of damage, and that's going to be all coming out from the Caitlyn. But Cursed is going to stop it, and a Justice Punch to safety with a Scatter of the Weak stun helping them out to escape. And Mindless is just pushing that top side on the map. There are 5 people on the map from Team Bruv, and they are definitely going to collapse onto them now. Husky and Mindless are in a big trouble as they're going to get caught out. Vink is here. He is going to drop dangerously low, but it doesn't matter because Mindless is not going to get the ultimate down just yet. But here's Cursed with the hero's entrance. My bad. Punky Boy is forced to flash away from Mindless, but Ainsley is here. His big stun onto Struggy, well, my bad. And they're just going to get away. Husky misses the Q. Here comes Curse, and Curse is going to get rooted up. He is going to get taken down. Ainsley is missing everything. Vink is trying to take Husky down. Darkenclave takes him down. Ainsley is forced to Zonya's, but here's the Mindless. Here's level 15. He's got so much damage available. That's a triple kill going to Mindless, and he's turned this game around just with one fight for himself. And Kennez is just free pushing the middle lane. That was a fight without the ADC. And simply Team Cataclysm just takes them down as they want to. Middle inhibitor tower is going to go down. Bot lane inhibitor tower is going to go down as well. And mid inhibitor is going down. Darkenclave is trying to salvage everything possible. Mindless, your tanking tower, that Titanic Hydra is really doing work. But here's Darkenclave and here's Skycold. And they assassinate Ainsley for another kill for themselves. And Ainsley just too far forward again on this Syndra. He doesn't have the Zonias available this time around, so he doesn't have any security, but bottom inhibitor tower does not go down in the end, actually. And it's just a middle inhibitor for now, and that's definitely going to help for some of these champions to get a little bit of gold onto their side. Ooh. One momento, I need a drink because I've been talking for too long right now. In a good break moment when there's really nothing going on. Dragon has respawned, so this is going to be each third dragon for each team. So both teams are going to be looking to take this dragon as it's highly valuable for both sides. Team Cataclysm are really stacking dragons at this point. A Skycold is just going to reset. He's not going to look to TP straight down. This dragon's down to 5,000. Red Husky has stole it before. Here's the TP from Skycold. Mindless has it as well. Darkenclave is trying to go into Husky, stop him, but it doesn't matter because Husky was too late and he's going to go down. Mindless is going to TP, but it's a bit too late as they've taken the fight away. Darkenclave is still here. He misses the ultimate onto the wall because it's infernal. There's no wall there, but Darkenclave is slowly going down. Kennez is going... He's tried the Void Seeker ultimate combo, and he is going to nearly go down. Skyco was forced to ult away, and Darkenclave is going to get away with his HP at the end. Strong Ewok's ultimate gets cancelled, and Vink gets the root in the end, and Mindless is going to get taken out. A big shutdown, but it goes to Vink. It doesn't go to anyone that needs it, and they repel... They repel the offensive and they get something back for themselves with Baron spawning in just a few seconds. Two super minions are in base and Darkenclave is going to go back and get those. He's got TP available. There's no jungle on the side of Team Cataclysm. That's going to be a Baron going over to Team Bruv, definitely for free. Kenneth is not going to be able to do anything. Curse is not going to be able to do anything. However, the dragon doesn't go down too quickly and definitely Kenneth 4 face checks into the Skycold's Echo. And Dragon is just going to be taken down. Red turret was destroyed, so that's a bot side tower goes down, and that's the Baron. But here comes Husky. He's going to pick Ewok up. He did get dark binded, but it doesn't matter. He picks one up. No ultimate available onto Husky, but he's got Q Flash available, so he's definitely going to look towards that. And he goes just for it, but Punky Boy, Skycold doing so much damage on this Echo at this point in the game. No MR for the Vi, so definitely, so she's going to go down instantly. And just a misstep by Husky, he goes down again. Just a bit too far, but the game is still definitely as even as it could be. Both teams are in contesting to win the game one, and game one is definitely a big mental decider. When whichever team wins this game, they're going to be able to advance into game two with a little bit of an edge, bit of momentum. It's going to allow them to be a bit more confident in second game. But this game is so close, whoever takes it, it doesn't really spell out who's the better team really will be. So definitely game two will be very interesting. But here's Dark Enclave looking to push Bonsai. Now he looks to just just put a ward down, finds a control, but it's not going to take it. A ward, the minion wave is a lot more important, and he's definitely going towards that. But Husky is pathing towards his bottom side. He probably wants to take some of the camps. He is going towards this Death's Dance at this point in the game. He clearly can tell that he's dying super quick, so he wants to stop that as much as possible. But here's Kenez. Kenez they might be looking for a collapse onto this Nod. This Nod doesn't have a ward too deep, but he can tell something's up, and he's not going to go towards it. So he had only one ward available, but he still was able to find something's up at this point in the game. Mindless is just mindlessly pushing top, but he is trying to help out his team, but Punky Boy and Strongkey are just up there. Unleashed Power gets used onto the Echo to force him away. He's still got his ultimate available, and no stun's gonna land onto Vink, and there's a Baron buff minions are doing so much damage to Ainsley, and Ainsley's back down to half HP. He's got TP available, but he needs to be careful not to get assassinated yet again. He's got 8 deaths. He's definitely not having the game of his life here. He's got the most deaths out of anybody in this game, so definitely it's gonna be a problem for him. As Team Cataclysm are really just taking control of these side waves. Mindless able to just push these waves in over and over again. At the bottom side of the map, it's just keep pushing in, getting pushed in by Dark Enclave. So with Echo being onto 4 items now, he's definitely going to be this really strong presence. And Husky seems to be trying to go into Dark Enclave. A Stride Breaker forward. Stun is going to miss. But here's Vink, and they're definitely looking to catch out Husky. There's 40 seconds to Dragon. If they get this pick, Husky is definitely going to give the soul away. But it's going to get Ainsley's TP. And that was a perfect ult Q. Ultimate to stop the ultimate from Dark Enclave. So he gets out of that one scot-free. But there's no ultimate on this Vi. And there's no... There's no ultimate and no flash, so definitely it's going to be a difficult one for the fight to get into this backline of the lane, backline of the game, and flash away by Ainsley. So definitely big wins on the side of Team Bruv ahead of this final dragon for them. They definitely need this. It's only a 2-level lead for Red Husky. This will mean whoever gets this dragon will mean if Team Cataclysm get this dragon, we're getting soul point. But if Team Bruv get this dragon, then they've secured the soul. But Mindless is trying to get this inhibitor, and he's going to go onto the Dark Enclave. And as I say that, we switch back towards the dragon fight. Skycold just about gets the ultimate down. He gets the Zhonya's down, but here's a big 2-man taunt. Skycold flashes away, but doesn't matter. Kenneth picks him up in the backline. He's onto Punky Boy. He takes him down. They take 4 down, and Mindless is going to get the inhibitor as well for himself. And that seems like a game ender for me. There's no TPs available for the side of Team Cataclysm, but it doesn't matter because the Mindless is onto the Nexus Towers, but he takes so much damage. The shield comes out, jump forwards goes out, and Dark Enclave flashes away, but the Q misses. But the last ult is going to hit, and Mindless is going to go down, but it doesn't matter because here's the 4 men of Team Cataclysm. They are going to walk towards the end to this base. They are going to look to get these 2 final towers. They are looking to get the win for the game after that amazing team fight. Dark Enclave wasn't able to join. He wasn't able to help. Taunt is going to miss him. The jump is going to get taken away, but Kenneth gets pulled into the Nexus. He is trying to fight this down. Nexus down. 2 people are going down. Husky is trying to hit the Nexus, but it doesn't matter because Ewok was too late. Nexus goes down. Game 1 goes to Team Cataclysm. Oh my days, what a game. That was one hell of a game, and we are definitely in for an amazing series this evening. And as we get to the end of that, we are going to hop into 5-minute break so that I can get a drink, set up the next pro draft, and as soon as we're back, we're going to jump into game 2.
KDA, should we show them how we do it every day? Let's get it. Kali that girl, Kali go girl, Kali don't stop, Kali don't skirt, Kali got a job, Kali go to work. 뜨거워 언제나 don't get burned. 넘쳐 흘러물 든 a rough bed, 죽여주잖아 like a rough bed. 누가 감히 on my hot bed, 그 문 열지 마 that's a rough day. I'm giving you more cause I'm better than. 필요 없는 시험들 다 뿐이미. But all of my numbers are talking bang. 부루마법 메시지 monopoly. 넌 종이도 니 number money 필요 없대. 너네들이 만든 돈들 go get it, go get it, go get it. 더 미션 눈을 못대 못해 그래 너도 get it cause I got it different. All I ever know is life upon the throne. 시작하면 끝을 보는 거야. You want more? No, I got it so deep though. You look like you could use some more. No, I got it, never running low. Yeah, I got more than enough, set it up and away. You know I got it like boom, boom, blow your mind. Never giving less and it's how it'll stay. You know I got it like all day, all the time. When I go, it's for gold, get it cool, but I'm cold. I don't fit in a mold, I'm a rebel. I don't do what you say, making moves, I don't wait while I smile in your face. I got different DNA. What's higher than the top? That's me. Come take a look before falling on my feet. 조용히 몸을 숙여봐. So take a look, 나를 기억해, queen. All I ever know is life upon the throne. 시작하면 끝을 보는 거야. You want more? No, I got it so deep though. You look like you could use some more. No, I got it, never running low. Yeah, I got more than enough, set it up and away. You know I got it like boom, boom, blow your mind. Never giving less and it's how it'll stay. You know I got it like all day, all the time. Way out, 感觉犹如海浪的味道，不断往前，oh you never way down. This is how I do it every day. Wow, wow. 这一路上的奇迹都记住了你的每一个瞬间，无比的耀眼。I know you want some more， 准备好就一起走。Giving it all more. No, I got it so deep though. You look like you could use some more. No, I got it, never running low. Yeah, I got more than enough, set it up and away. You know I got it like boom, boom, blow your mind. Never giving less and it's how it'll stay. You know I got it like all day, all the time. KDA, should we show them how we do it every day? Let's get it. Kali that girl, Kali go girl, Kali don't stop, Kali don't skirt, Kali got a job, Kali go to work. 뜨거워 언제나 don't get burned. 넘쳐 흘러물 든 a rough bed, 죽여주잖아 like a rough bed. 누가 감히 on my hot bed, 그 문 열지 마 that's a rough day. I'm giving you more cause I'm better than. 필요 없는 시험들 다 뿐이미. But all of my numbers are talking bang. 부루마법 메시지 monopoly. 넌 종이도 니 number money 필요 없대. 너네들이 만든 돈들 go get it, go get it, go get it. 더 미션 눈을 잘못돼 못해 그래 너도 get it cause I got it different
All I'll ever know is life upon the
welcome back everybody. We are post game 1, but now I am joined by the man himself, the coach Kieran. He is going to join me on the cast this evening, so that I don't have to scream and shout by myself.
Yeah, I mean, I figured you could need some help. But it should be fairly good. Like we had fucking Cataclysm coming in clutch with the last team fight at Dragon.
Indeed, there was
Really?
the game was back and forward. That final dragon really determined on who was going to take it. And someone just screams TSM in the chat. TSM definitely. I don't know how the game against TL is going, but it's definitely a fiesta. It was definitely a fiesta. But we are going to look towards to get into this champion select as quickly as we possibly can. We definitely want to see more of games like the one we've just witnessed. But definitely, both teams were on the edge of it, and we are definitely going to hope that we get a ton more of that in the future.
Oh yeah, we need more close games. Like, if anything, it advertises like how good these teams actually are when it comes to playing against other teams of the same caliber. Like the close games means that this series is gonna be great. And the last game, if anything, to go by, this series is gonna be a banger.
Indeed, and as I say that, the Champion League has started, and Team Bruv have opened it up with that vibe ban. They don't want to see Husky on it. They found another champion that he just completely takes the game over on, and it is going to be answered with the center ban. So it seems like Team Cataclysm are going to just run it back, similar bans like they did last time. Obviously, they're on red side, so they don't have this opportunity of a first pick, but they do always tend to first pick the support, so it really doesn't matter too much for them right now. And seems like Team Bruv want to just get rid of all the junglers. They all just want to get rid of.
I like targeting the jungles a lot, wanting to help out their own jungler, so it doesn't look as brutal as it did last game. The Vi is a really good ban because of how easy she can set up ganks for herself.
Unfortunately, throwing this Vi ban in, it's definitely going to mean that one is going to get opened up, and I'm expecting a Hecarim ban, as you really don't want to see a Husky Hecarim, but it's going to be an Olaf ban instead, and I'm starting to think maybe that Vink is looking to take the Hecarim himself. That's definitely would be quite a big good play in this draft. Just take that Hecarim away, but we also know that Husky has a big champion, but he's still got the Viego available. It seems like Cataclysm is just going to get rid of that knot, and as I was saying, Hecarim is just going to get insta-locked in.
Hecarim is such a good blind pick here, especially with the new chem tank meta that's coming in for Hecarim with Phase Rush and the chem tank. You just have a front line who can just run people down and set up your AD carry.
He got nerfed a little bit, but that's only about 20 damage at a rank 5 of his Q ability. So especially if he's going to tanky Hecarim build, it's going to matter over time. In about 5 rotations of the ability, he's losing 100 damage, and sometimes that could mean a kill or not. But looks like they're going to run it back with the Galio. It's probably going to be support again. It worked very well last time. They just have to find a new delivery system this time.
I mean, you still have the Camille. You can put in top lane for the Galio system as well as the Javan jungle.
And as I was saying, Viego is still available. Husky was popping off early in the split on this champion, and he's definitely going to look to pick this one up maybe this time around. As you said, Camilla's open as well, so they would definitely have to secure that in this picking phase, as it got banned out last time, and it's definitely one of Milus's better champions to play along with as Jax. So I'm expecting to maybe look for them to look for that. It is probably the best delivery system that is available in the game, along with Jarvan. So we definitely are going to wait to see what they've got planned this game for them.
Plus, if they take the Camille does fairly well into the Urgot that's been showing up in the meta currently with the Tiamat build. And with the Strike Tiamat. Ooh.
And the Urgot, though, however, got reverted, so it is not as strong as it used to be. It is much, much weaker in the early stages of the lane. So it is not as strong as it was, so it's also not as easy pickable as it was. Now Gnar is a good matchup into it, so it was picked in that regard. But Seraphine lock-in, she's not been nerfed. She's not been nerfed, and then they might. I mean, it would be quite of a waste putting Skycold on such on a supportive champion, but a supportive champion that can have such an impact, and it's going to be a blind Vayne lock-in into Galio Viego. That's something that we do not see very often, but it's definitely something we're going to be very excited about. And at this point,
I do like myself a flashy champion like a Vayne though, and if she pairs with Seraphine, they just want to farm. And the Malphite pick is really huge. They want a hard engagement at Vayne, shut her down immediately.
And has definitely switched from the Camille to the Malphite as soon as they saw the backline possibility of Team Bruv. They know Camille is really not getting into the back of that without getting CC'd to bits. So they just gonna opt to throw a rock in that backline, take them down, and it's gonna be the Orianna ban. So they're expecting Seraphine and Vayne to go bottom side, into the bot lane, as nobody really expects Skycold to take a supportive champ into the mid lane, but we never know. Jensen did it, so definitely Skycold could potentially take it. As
I want to see Gragas ban here coming in from Cataclysm. Gragas will shut down the Malphite com. The disengage is so huge for Vayne here, plus he makes the front line so much easier to pilot for the Seraphine and Vayne.
But that really depends if Dark Enclave plays this Gragas. The Darius is available. It is picked that was banned last game. It is something Dark Enclave is incredibly good on. And into this Malphite, it could prove to be the pick. But never mind, it gets banned. So they are wanting to take that away. So the Gnar and Darius banned. So the two strongest top laners that were the last patch are banned. I don't know how Gnar's strength is this patch. But I know Stridebreaker nerf was really terrible. Taking 100 HP away from the item when everybody uses it for the dash with the slow. It is what it is. But it is going to be a Yasuo last ban. I'm quite interested to see why the Yasuo ban came out in the end.
I think it's for the easy setup from the Malphite and the Galio. The Stridebreaker nerf, to touch that, actually quite huge, because champions like Renekton and the Gnar relies on the 100 HP they get, because it stacks so well with their passive and their dominance from Renekton. So it makes them so much more easy to deal with. And less tanky at the first item breakpoint. And
Renekton got hit really hard with that ultimate as well, so you can't just blind ult at those later stages of the game. He's much weaker. Not much weaker, but less tankier in those later stages. But it's not going to get picked this game, as both top laners really don't value playing it. But we are looking to see what Team Bruv could pick up in this top side of the map. Renekton is probably not going to be the pickup they're going to look for. Urgot is still available as you were talking. Maybe they opt into going with a tank as well, just knowing that they're both going to scale. But he's going to choose then the third best Stridebreaker abuser, the Garen. So Garen into this Malphite. Don't know necessarily how well that's going to go. Maybe the early game is going to go to this Garen. But we are going to see what they are going, whether this Seraphine is going mid or support in this. I'm probably expecting to see a Syndra possibly, as Skycold has really been popping up. But never mind, it might be the Corki.
Yes, please lock that in. Please lock it in.
And it seems like it's going to be. It is the Corki locked in by Skycold, and he's going to put the game on his shoulders. So many carries on that side, and Aphelios fresh, and it's gonna be the Galio mid lane actually. So this time around, they're not going to flex it in the bot side. I mean, okay, never mind. I may be wrong.
I want that to be a Galio mid, because Galio mid does really well into Corki, as well as the Thresh Aphelios lane is super safe against this Seraphine Vayne. But I guess it is the Talia mid.
It's Talia. Now,
or wait, is it Talia? It could be Talia jungle, Diego mid.
That is true. It could definitely flip around a little bit. The Galio Aphelios bot lane is probably not as strong as a fresh Aphelios, but it's still a very good lane. Especially Galio does fairly well into Enchanter support, which is what Seraphine is. Until she gets level 6, she really can't ulti from really far away, so she is forced to walk quite close. So this time there is no black shield available to stop a Galio engage, so it's going to hit them in a little bit in the process this time around.
I want it to be Talia mid, because she can match the Corki roam super well as soon as she has the 6. She can match the package lengths and actually rotate faster. And when you have the Galio, you have the Galio set up with Malphite as well. So Galio Aphelios matching the scaling coming out from the Team Bruv bot lane.
Indeed. Also, the Corki is going to take up to 3 items to really start getting going. This front line of Galio Malphite is massive. It's going to be difficult for him to just burn through all that HP. And until he gets those 3 items, he's going to really struggle to try and go past them. And this Talia is, well, really just needs 1 item. He just needs to get this Luden Tempest. Maybe even goes for the Everfrost. And that's really all she needs to lock down somebody and just completely just one-shot them on the back of her damage and CC.
Also with the Hecarim nerf, it also means that Viego can actually match the Hecarim damage in the early game fighting for the scuttles.
I have not seen Talia mid for quite a while. It's a pick most players were shying away from, essentially since she went into the jungle position. But I'm definitely going to be excited to see how that one's going to play out. It is definitely a lane both laners can win in a 1v1, but something Corki kind of shouldn't win in the early stages.
Corki should be fine in that lane. I don't think the Talia Corki is gonna be a lethal lane. I think it's more about who can get the most effective roams off faster.
Indeed, it is
And
going
if
to.
Talia can match the Corki roams correctly.
And that very much indeed it is, and this is definitely going to be a lane to watch. Ainsley is going to want to prove a lot since last game. His Syndra wasn't the most impressive. He did hit a few good stuns, but definitely he did go down quite a few too many times. So this time around, he's going to want to show how good he actually is, put to the test against into a roaming pact into this Corki. But as we see, it's going to be a heavy emphasis onto picking people off with the comp of Team Cataclysm. They are not going to look to straight up 5v5. They are going to look to just pick people off one by one with the ultimates that they have on hand as well. Especially the fact that Team Bruv are really going to look towards some of these multi-man skirmishes with the Vayne, the Seraphine CC that's available, and possibly even the Garen flank TP as well.
Yeah, you want the Corki and Hecarim to focus heavily bot side here, because I don't feel like the Garen will ever be able to match the item spikes that Malphite provides when it comes to the armor. You need to shut down the Aphelios, so the late game is going in Team Bruv's hands.
This is
if Aphelios is ever able to get to like 3 items, he will match the Vayne in damage.
Yes, this is definitely a bot-centric game. You've got 2 fairly low eco top laners who can kind of just get by on what they have. They don't really need too much attention. There shouldn't really be too many. Well, the lane shouldn't really be too bloody, but it is Dark Enclave and Mindless. Both champions, both guys love to tear it down in that top side, but they're gonna have to understand that this game is really going to be about this bot side and who can effectively TP to this bot side and influence how this matchup goes. If Vayne gets ahead, it's going to be a tough time for Mindless on that Malphite to be able to survive past the true damage. And if Kennez gets ahead on this Aphelios, it's going to be so difficult for anybody to take him down.
Oh yeah, if Aphelios ever gets ahead, this game is basically over, because they don't have any backline access to watch that Aphelios that is any threat if the Hecarim goes with the Chem Tank.
Yes, that is definitely what they've... I would have definitely preferred a completely different champion than Garen in the top side, especially in the comp that they're against. They would probably want something that can quite engage quite heavily onto him. I don't know, maybe... I think in this position, Ornn would have been such a better pick with the ability...
Would have been insane.
He would be able to completely amplify the power of his carries, of the Corki, of the Vayne, which is exactly what they need. They get to those power spikes, you get those own items, you get them onto your carries, and they will just be able to just take these fights completely to their favour. Especially the fact that Talia just kind of doesn't scale too hard after her getting her free items. So doesn't Galio. Galio just becomes a static mute shield. And Aphelios is pretty much the only best bet of scaling for the team of Cataclysm. But seems like Dark Enclave just wants to tear down in the top side of the map instead.
Yeah, not only had the Ornn been really good against what Cataclysm were after, or the Ornn would also align really well with this Sarfinal. Like you hit the Sarfinal, and you basically have a free 3 or 4-man Ornn. Follow that up with the Hecarim, who probably will go in first. You have such free backline access there, and Aphelios would never been able to fight. But with the Garen lock-in, I feel like if the Garen is ever gonna work, he has to stomp the Malphite.
He does indeed. He has to be able to get to that stride breaker quite quickly. He has to be able to quite make some influential plays with his TPs in this bot side to pick up maybe 3 kills on the bottom lane of Team Cataclysm. Maybe even pick up some kills in the jungle with the help of the Hecarim, as I do feel that 2v2 is going to be slightly better in the early stages than Malphite Viego.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like the 2v2 for Team Bruv here is definitely stronger in the early game. So for the Ving should probably look for going for top scuttle here, and then play for Herald in the early game. Give up like 2 dragons if need be, and go for Herald. Try and put the Herald mid lane, get the Corki out of the Talia, and then make use of the money in the bot lane.
Indeed, we are going to see a heavy bot-centric game, and that's exactly what I'm saying. And as I'm talking, the spectator delay is over. We are loading into our game 2 of the day. This could be the final game of the series. Team Cataclysm could take this one away with a win here. They could end the series, advance to the final straight away, be the team that takes it, the first team to take it 2-0. And as we see Mindless in the Coral League, rocking Coral Leaf Malphite, gotta give him a little bit of extra points for that. So I'm excited to see what he does. Talia with the Dark Harvest Ignite this game. So no TP on the Talia, so definitely not going to be able to match some of these Skycold roams, especially if she gets chunked in these early stages. Skycold's just going to be able to just earn an EXP lead, earn a gold lead as well for himself, and it's going to be very difficult for him to come back, especially the fact that he struggles with some of the early wave management that we have seen in the past few games.
I mean, technically that shows that she basically wants to kill Corki over and over again. She wants to shut him down instead of matching the roam, which can work. It's more of a conflict way of thinking of the matchup, but I'm actually really excited to see how that mid lane plays out. It
is. Vink might try to... I'm expecting both junglers to also prio the mid lane, especially the fact that Husky knows he's into Skycold, the biggest threat on the side of Team Bruv. Pretty much that's why Stark Enclave always gets ahead, because nobody really thinks of him as a threat. He just kind of is there, beats up on the enemy top laner, and is allowed a free scale as well. But no shenanigans in the early stages of the lane. Looks like though Team Cataclysm might be looking to invade the bot side a little bit, maybe get some vision down. Ainsley just spamming emote at this time. Let's hope it doesn't bite him back in the ass later in the stages, and because that's the one he's going to be showing all the time, the crying bee instead. However, Husky's in a little bit of a bad spot, but he is going to get stopped on his recall, so he's going to lose out on the ward placement. It's not in the position that he wanted it to be, and he doesn't get his red trinket, and he's going to have to start on less HP than he would have wanted to.
I mean, the loss of HP should be fine. I don't think it would matter that much, considering you do get the healing off on Grom, so his clear should still be fine. Like, I don't think
so Curse tanked a few hits for him, so Husky is not going to take too much damage, and Viego's clear is fairly good today, and well, Ainsley is going to look towards to start this push in the middle lane straight away. Fakely she's on both sides, so no exact information on where the Husky was given, but they could have probably told because Cursed had a little bit less HP going into the lane than he would have liked to have.
Oh yeah, both of them starting bot side shows that they want to fight for the top scuttle, which I think is the wrong choice potentially from Cataclysm. They want to try and get towards that. Viego wants to try and get towards that bot scuttle since he will have the prio with the Galio.
Yes, he's going to look, as we can see now, the bottom lane is working towards this early lane push. The next wave is going to crash relatively soon, so the wave 3 is going to crash relatively soon. They might be looking to push that card in, get in quick cheater recall, probably pick up a call, and back end. Dark Enclave and Manless just trading a few blows, and that's a big trade for Dark Enclave, procking that what is it called, Conqueror then in the end of his E. And Mindless is really not understanding that this is a Doran Shield Garen. It is going to be incredibly difficult to poke him out of lane, and is just using so much of his mana, but still has pretty much all of his pots available, and he should be potting now. I'm quite surprised he isn't. He should be potting as soon as he drops a little bit of HP and a little bit of mana. But
yeah, Garen should look to shove in this wave currently and look for cheater recall and get it
yes.
a long sword.
Yes, he is going to spot out exactly where Viego is with the way that Shroud has gone through the wave, and he is probably going to look to help secure the scuttle, which probably isn't the best move for him at this time, but Husky isn't aware of this, and he's going to walk straight into the river, but no, he's not going to. And Skycold is taking so much damage from Ainsley, and Vink is looking to probably gank one of the lanes, and Mindless is getting a gank onto Darkleaf is going to get ganked. He's got flash available, but it doesn't matter. He's too far up the lane, and a kill gets donated to Red Husky. And now Ainsley is going to get ganked up as well. The ghost gets popped. Ainsley is flashing away to the tower, but it doesn't matter. You've done something that Dark Enclave didn't. You burned your flash for no reason.
I feel like the kill on Corgi is so much more important than the kill on Garen this game, because Corgi is gonna allow the bot lane of Team Bruv to scale fairly safely, because he can match with the package later on, as well as him getting to the third item way quicker than Italia.
It is also going to allow him to get his items quicker, so he's going to be stronger going into these bot ganks than he normally would do if all he did was farm. So that's definitely going to help accelerate this Corki a little bit, and maybe push the edge in this middle lane, knowing there is no flash left on this Tilia. There's nothing to worry about. The Ignite is there, but once the items come in for Corki, he's just going to be able to just out damage this Tilia at long range, and possibly deny some of these roams as well.
Both junglers mimicking each other in the jungle currently, which is really good. Which is really good for Team Bruv, because they're looking for the early dragon to help the scaling as well for Corki and Vayne.
This is exactly what happened last game. If Husky was on the top side of the map trading some of the they were trading camps left, right, and center, and the bot prior that they managed to get on the bounce of the wave, because on the bounce of the wave has allowed them to take dragon, and now again, same time in the game, 5 minutes in, Team Bruv are able to secure the first dragon of the game, and this time it's going to be Infernal, so it's not going to be an Infernal Soul like last game. We are going to see it's Cloud second, so it's probably going to be, it's either Mountain or Ocean, and if it lands on Ocean and Team Cataclysm pick that one up for themselves, or Team Bruv, it's going to help both teams really hard. But as I'm talking, Husky is looking to gank this middle lane, but Corki has his W available, so there's nothing that he can really, that Husky can really do in that scenario.
The lane is ridiculously difficult to gank for Viego because of the Corki W.
And as I'm saying, that's a flash forward by the Dark Enclave and a flash away by Manas at the end, and Demacia runs onto him, and he goes down to onto the solo bolo by Dark Enclave yet again. Clearly, Dark Enclave just proving he's just much better at this champion in this lane than Mindless is.
Oh, but then.
As you pointed out, in bot lane we get a little bit of a skirmish, and in the jungle as well. Vink doesn't have the ghost available, but he's got so much movement speed with the phase rush, save him in again, and the bottom lane of Team Cataclysm are just trying to move forward to help secure any plays. And Strong Ewok, you're a bit too far up, you've got no flash, the exhaust goes down, flash forward by Cursed with that taunt W. They want to give this kill over to Kenez, and Strong Ewok is actually going to live, but never mind. In the end, Ainsley takes it down. Punky Boy is here. Nobody is on the tower. Cursed is finally going to go in with the Justice Punch, but they're so far in territory. The Sky Cold picks up a triple kill. They're going to look to give the Quadra as well, but it should go to Punky Boy this time. Yes, it's going to go to Punky Boy. Punky Boy picks up a kill for himself as well. And that was just a big overstep at the end. Punky Boy just wasn't in the reach for the tower dive, and they all go down.
Team Bruv taking a 3k gold, nearly a 2k gold lead in the early 7 minutes of the game. Actually massive. Corki is so huge now. Corki can look for solo kills on Talia now with package as soon as he gets his mana mine.
That's a big acceleration for the Corki. He's going to get the Mana Moon. He's going to opt for the Soak Boots instead, so he's not opting for the Mana Moon just yet. He wants to be able to move around the map much quicker and deal a bit more magic damage with the Magic Pen. But they just completely overstepped their mark in that team fight. They were too far up. They picked up the kill on Ewok, but it took them so long that it allowed Team Bruv to just collapse and pick up so many kills and so much gold. But Dark Enclave is just playing with his meat a little bit. He's a bit low, susceptible to possibly an all-in by Mindless if he drops probably 100 extra HP. But as I'm talking, Mindless is trying to poke him down with those Qs a little bit. He really needs to start using those pots. There we go, and that's an unstoppable going onto this Garen, but the Garen is probably going to get away. Wait, but Garen is going to be able to get the kill back, but never mind. Mindless lives, and as I was saying, use the pots that you need. There's no flash on Mindless, but here's Vink. He's going to punish the overstep. There's no flash onto this Malphite, and Vink is going to pick up a freebie for himself. Didn't even need to use Ghost for that one.
The level up on Garen saved Garen's life there, allowing Vink to come in and get the kill on Malphite. This Malphite is really, really struggling into the Garen.
He's really definitely playing this game as if he's playing Jax or a Camille, where you want to be able to get an early lead, but you're playing with Malphite. You just need to farm. You just need to get that up. And Darkenclave playing with Mindless a little bit there, taking a bit of tower damage. Husky just a little bit behind them in the enemy lines, but the invisibility will help him just get out of there.
You see Vink taking Herald here as expected. With the lead they have, there's no way Cataclysm can take a team fight right now, with the Corki being that far ahead.
Yeah, and Husky...
Taking the Herald here, really snowballing the Corki.
Yeah, Husky was also on the bottom side of the map, so he's going to be late to get into this Herald. Talia is not going to look towards anything, and they will take it away. And we don't get a notification onto that screen that it happens, but it is being taken away, so that is a Herald... but going to be probably used in this bottom side. So definitely, that's what I'm hoping that will happen. Is get some of these plates towards your bot lane. Get some of this more gold onto your bot lane. Especially when you've got so many roaming and diving champions, you can get onto this Aphelios. Maybe even kill them with the power of this Herald. Maybe even force a fight in this bottom side of the map, knowing that you're so far ahead onto this Team Cataclysm.
Team Cataclysm needs to start getting some stuff off. They need to get the roams off on Talia and try and see if they can punish that bot lane. Maybe set up a crazy bot lane and try.
Talia was looking for a roam, but Mindless is going to use the Unstoppable Force to get away. Vink using up the ultimate, but so much damage coming over. Darkenclave with the true damage on Garen is just proving to be so much too much for Mindless to deal with, and Vink is ganked top, and it looks like they're going to drop Herald top side because they're going to give up a dragon for this, which is probably an okay trade. Donate a lot more gold into this Garen. Like you said, this Garen only works if it's going to get snowballed super hard, and I mean, plates do get shed, but it doesn't matter because they might be looking to try and take this tower down. There's no TPs available, so nobody can come and stop this, but Mindless is just going to have to walk instead, and this tower's going to take forever to drop because they didn't drop the earlier plates.
Look at the Garen gold. Garen is almost 2k gold up on the Malphite. There's no way Malphite will ever be able to survive that lane now.
Yeah, and as I was saying, Husky is trying to get into the Skackle. Skun is going to land, and if Skackle is going to force to be flash away from the W of Talia. Husky left so low, and unfortunately the last packages, the last bits of ultimate do miss. But that is a big win for the Corki, being able to survive a gank like that, not giving away this gold lead, and just being so ahead of this Talia at this point in the game. And if I don't see an Everfrost in Talia, I'm going to be slightly disappointed.
Oh, it is going to be Everfrost. He picks up the last Chatter Blasting one and Ruby Crystal. It's 100% going to be Everfrost.
That is exactly what I want to see. That is definitely what they will need. They will need a bit more CCs. I mean, it's going to be a free, but Husky seems to be a little bit caught out. He gets the stun onto Ewok, but Vink is here. Seraphine is not going to land. But here's the package into the top side of the map. The Unstoppable Force is not yet available. Mindless is going to go down before he can use it. And Darkenclave gets the kill donated to him again. And that's a 4th death for Mindless. And that Garen is just getting so much stronger now.
Mindless is just getting punished for overstepping slightly without the vision set up in the jungle.
And at this point in the game, Mindless is not even going to be able to sustain a single combo that the Team Bruv are going to throw at him. He's going to drop as soon as he hits that Unstoppable Force in this mid-stage of the game. He's going to be a non-factor at this point. He's burned his flash another time. He didn't accept the death even though the towers were so far away for him. And Husky seems to be caught out a little bit, but Ewok is in the back. Here comes ultimate for Curse, but Kenez is getting condemned into the wall, and Curse fails the flash over the wall. That's terrible. So many TPs are coming, and Vink gets the kill. Here's Darkenclave, picks up a kill on Husky, another kill onto this Garen, and so many things are going wrong. Ainsley is going to get picked up by Skycold. He's going to proc the Dark Harvest, but Ainsley is going to go down. There's so much damage from this Hecarim. The tank Hecarim just does so much. And yet again, they fail onto the dive, onto this backline. And just like that, another big team fight win for Team Bruv, and they are taking this one so incredibly hard. There's no many ways that Cataclysm can really come back at this point. The mid lane's behind, the top lane's behind, the Viego is also behind, and at this point, there's no protection for this Aphelios left.
Yeah, they don't have the wave clear to stop the inevitable siege that's gonna come in from Team Bruv. And even though they have low range AD carries and AP carry mid lane, they're so far ahead that they don't really care because the Cataclysm can never take a team fight.
Cataclysm can definitely never take a team fight. They can't really catch anyone out. This Malphite is going to go in. He's going to get blown up immediately. Ainsley doesn't have enough damage. He just about picked up the Everfrost, and that's going to be a Gale Force on the Corki. So that's another way of mobility that you're just not catching this Corki out completely, and that's just going to make it so much more difficult for Team Cataclysm to get onto him. So at this point, there's just not much that they can do. The Malphite is too far behind. He definitely cannot even stay in a side lane against this Garen, and with a Hecarim possibly going at him.
The Guildforce is different from what you typically see Corki players take. Corki players typically go for the shield bow for the extra safety when they do package in. The Guildforce is actually pretty nice here because it allows him to take the traits of offensively against Talia and have the extra damage to actually 100 to 0 her.
That is true. He has also got the ability to escape a Malphite ultimate that could inevitably go onto him if he ever tries to package in. So this time around, he's got the protection he needs, but strong Ewok, he's got no flash available. He's going to get caught out. This is exactly what was happening last game, and he's going to get donated to Ainsley. Not something I agree with. Definitely should have gone to Kennez, but Mindless is going to get engaged. And as you can see, a Malphite who's super behind can take these trades into Garen really well. Unfortunately, if the Garen wasn't ahead, this matchup would have been so much for the favor of the Malphite, but it's really not that way around, and Punky Boy is going to be alone in this lane for a little bit, as there's just no protection, and second Herald is going to get opted to be taken by the Hecarim, and he's going to trade the dragon towards Husky as well. I would like to point out, though, if Team Bruv don't take Dragon 1, they wouldn't be in a position where the third dragon goes towards Team Cataclysm, because this would only be the second dragon being taken away. So technically,
it also stops the Dragon Soul win con that Team Bruv had drafted for himself as well. Massive pickup from Cataclysm here to help them with the scaling.
Indeed,
and trying to get back into the game.
That is one dragon that is going to allow them maybe to creep up some of this health back in between these trades or in this team fight. So definitely, it's going to help them a little bit. But Strongywalk is going to hover in this mid lane. He does have ult available. He doesn't have flash, but they're not going to go for it. Skycold is probably screaming for his blue buff right about now.
The Ocean Soul does allow the Malphite to sort of match the Garen passive. So Garen just can't take the quick 1-2 trades anymore and just be fine with the HP healing.
And as you were talking, Dark Enclave just annihilates Husky down. Husky was forced to use ultimate over the wall, but it didn't matter. Garen queued up that ultimate before he went over and just assassinates him completely down. That is the power of Garen. You can't really walk into your area, but here comes the wall by the Talia. She walls off the Cursed off. She still hasn't dropped it down. Cursed is so far back now, but Ewok is going to go down, so Talia is really proving to be able to get some of these picks, but mid lane tower is going to go down, so that is a support for tower. And Ewok did burn all of his summoners, so that's definitely going to be an potentially easier pickup later on down the line. And
Ewok needs to stay a lot safer.
And never mind, as I say, this Vink is going to run in on the Kennez, but Kennez has so much damage, but he's going to get condemned to the wall, nearly taking Punky Boy with him. And unfortunately, that goes down, and Mindless is going to try and chase down Dark Enclave. Dark Enclave is going to get hit by the Unstoppable Force. He does not have flash up just yet. He's going to try and trade a little bit of damage, but Ainsley picks up another kill for himself, so definitely this Talia is trying to do a bit of damage. So they are trying to pick something off, and here's Ewok. He's got no flash available, and so much damage this Husky has, and his flashing forward takes him down. But here's Vink. Here's Vink trying to fight, and that's going to be the hero's entrance. Going to connect because of the stun, and is going to force the flash away. But Ainsley is going to go down on the back of the team fight on the fight in the mid lane against the Sky Cold. And so many flashes blown in so many situations where you're already dead. That's just something you don't want to happen. And okay, okay, that's something you should happen. That's a 0-3. Afila's just taking down a 3-1 Vayne. Vayne dying with flash and heal. So definitely something you do not want to see your AD carry do. It is something you say. It is something you say in solo queue. What the hell are you doing? Because it's really something that shouldn't be happening. He was disrespecting his back by backing so close to the tower, and Kenners knew that and exploited it perfectly.
But if you look at the gold mid lane has closed down a little bit. It's no longer the 3k gold we saw earlier after the Corgi got the 4 kills. It's only like about 2k gold now. Talia is starting to get back into the game, as well as the affiliate, the Viego being able to deal with pretty much everyone except for the Garen in top lane for Team Bruv right now.
Yeah, definitely. Team Cataclysm are looking to come back into this game. Dragon is up in a minute and a half. Baron is up in 20 seconds. So both teams are going to look to secure some vision, especially around both of these objectives. Of both can really influence the game. As you can see, the coverage of Pink Wards in the bottom of the map is really huge. But here's the fight with Husky and Vink. And Vink is so strong. He takes him down. And he just completely annihilates him. Tank Hecarim is so strong. And Ainsley is trying to clear up some vision. But seems like the side of Team Bruv have that under control. And Husky going down is something you really don't want to see. Especially around a dragon that's spawning just under a minute's time. But they're going to be able to get back into it. So they... onto the map as well, so it doesn't really matter too much at this point.
It's gonna be super difficult for Cataclysm to come into the game. They had some really nice picks earlier, and they need to keep that going. They need more picks like that, potentially on the Hecarim and the Corki. But the issue is that Corki has the Gale Force as well as the W to get away, and Hecarim is so tanky he could basically just run out. It's gonna be super difficult.
Yeah, indeed. We are yet to see Strong Ewok use his ultimate. He has not used that ultimate once this game so far. He has been getting caught out quite often and dropping before being able to cast the ability. But they are going to congregate around this dragon. It seems like Team Cataclysm will just give that one away. They don't really want to risk a fight at all right now. They are congregating around this Baron. Wait, they might be trying to get in on this Baron. Darkenclave is around. He knows. He saw the mist cloud. They are going towards it. They have the damage with Kenners as well. Husky doing quite a big chunk, but they have managed to secure the dragon. And Kenners gets isolated with the package. And here's Darkenclave takes down the Galio with the Demacia. Demacia just did the giant, but they're going for it. Husky is trying to do damage, but it doesn't matter. Triple kill onto Darkenclave. Punky Boy picks up another onto the Ainsley, and they will take Baron. They will take the leash, and they are going to secure that objective as well, along with 4 kills. And that's definitely something that Team Cataclysm were just looking to flip, but it was not the time to do it. And it's going to mean just a rapid movement. And can I just say, Strong Ewok still hasn't used his ultimate. He's still not pressed the R key. I don't know if he's unbinded it, if he's took it out of his keyboard, but he's not casted that ability at all just yet. I am waiting for him to use it, but they are going to look to take more towers down as they are going. But top tower is going to go down. They are looking to go onto the inhib towers as well, but they are going to get slightly suppressed for now.
He hasn't really had time to use the ult. The enemy team has just been dead before he can get in position to kill them with the ult.
Yeah, he hasn't been in position to find that good ultimate, but really it doesn't matter. His team is just doing a lot of the work for him. Vink just completely demolishing this game on this Hecarim, as well as the Corki, the Gal. Pretty much the entire top side of the map for Team Bruv are really stepping up this game, and they're really just putting the game in their hands. They probably found the comp that they are really good on, and it seems to be working for them.
I mean, you have that nearly 5k gold lead on the Garen against the Malphite, as well as the 3k gold lead mid jungle, and then you have a 3k gold lead again on the mid lane and 2k on the AD carry. They're so far ahead right now that the enemy team just dies before Seraphine can get the ult off.
Yeah, that's a 13k gold lead. You are right. seems like Cursed and Husky are overstepping the mark a little bit. Husky's just a bit too far ahead. Cursed is forced to use a Justice Punch to try and get away. That's a flash away Husky. Don't know why he didn't flash the wall, but the ultimate is available for Vink. Here comes the Talia ultimate. They are going to back away, and they are want to take a fight against an unseen enemy, as Skycold is not present in these fights just yet, but they are going to just look to continue the push onto this bottom lane.
Just need the Corgi to set in the mid lane to wave clear, to force a response mid lane, because he can solo kill the Italia, so Malphite has to hover constantly, making it easier for Team Bruv's bot lane and jungle to take that turret.
Yeah, that is. Yes, there's no flashes as well on Husky and Cursed, so both of those players have lost their flashes in a previous fight, and I'm quite surprised that Mindless went with the Frost Gauntlet option in this game. It is the cheaper item, but maybe... I mean, I don't know. Would Kentank be a decent option? However...
you typically want the Sunfire from Malphite, Sunfire or the Frostfire Gauntlet, because not a lot of people know this, but the Malphite ult is scaled based off Malphite's size. So the bigger Malphite is, the bigger the circle for Malphite ult actually is.
Ah, did not know. So maybe Turbo Tank. Oh no, wait, no. The Gauntlet is probably the better option, since obviously, as you said, can make him bigger and make the ultimate also bigger for himself. But unfortunately, he's just so far behind. He's not able to just get these legendary items to get these size upgrades.
Yeah, his entire team is so far, like they're all so far behind that they can't really match anything that Team Bruv wants to do. You have a 3-item Corki, which is basically hyperscale right now against the 2-item, mostly utility from the Italia.
Yeah, this
and
Corki
the
is
2.5-item on the Hecarim.
This Corki is just going to one-shot any squishy that comes near him, and there's 3 on the side of Team Cataclysm, all which are underfed. So definitely they are able to do whatever they want. The Baron buff has now worn out, so now they're just going to take any resources away from Team Cataclysm, and they're going to look towards to get another Drake for themselves. It's going to be the 3rd Drake for Team Bruv, and it's going to be a 2nd Ocean. So the sustain that they're going to have now in these team fights and between them is just going to be so great that it's going to slowly burn Team Cataclysm out of the game.
Yeah, it's basically impossible for Cataclysm to ever take a team fight currently. All they need to do is try and get a pick on the Vayne, which has the Banshee now. Super smart pickup to help dodge the Viego Q and the Malphite.
Yes, that's definitely so. The Vayne has opted with a very good buy of the Edge of Night, so now she's not going to be able to get easily picked out. But as you can see, the side of Team Cataclysm is still just farming up whatever they can. So Dragon is going to clearly go to the side. As you can see, so many pink wards are placed in the bottom side jungle for Team Cataclysm on Team Cataclysm's side by Team Bruv. So really, nothing that Team Cataclysm can do is walk in, but. So Husky is going to get caught up a little bit, but here comes Vink. He's found Curse. There's no flash on him available. Taunt is going to land. Justice Punch is still available, but Vink was too close, but doesn't matter. He's able to just get away. And Vink doesn't have enough damage to basically one-shot Curse by himself at this point with the tank items.
Again, no Seraphino. I think Ewok might be slightly shy of singing.
A little bit. That was a good time to use the ultimate. You would have been able to hit Vink and would have extended the range straight onto Cursed, and that would have allowed a little bit of time to reach for the rest of the team to reach him as well. So it's a little bit, as you said, is a little bit probably scared to use the Arky, but they are probably waiting for the perfect engage, for that 3-man, for that 4-man, for the highlight plays, and they are just trying to bide their time. They don't want to make a mistake in these plays at all, so it seems like they just want to wait for Team Cataclysm to force themselves into a play, which they are just going to try and capitalize on, especially with the Baron spawning in just a few seconds now.
Oh yeah, like the only hope I think Cataclysm has right now is the 3 to 4 to 5-man ult from the Malphite into the Galio.
Yeah, it would have to be definitely a big wombo combo hit by Team Cataclysm. That's definitely one of their last hopes. But Corki, both Skycold and Dark Enclave are in the bottom side just pushing it. Well, never mind. As I say, that's a flash Q onto Kenneth, and Kenneth just goes down. There's nothing you can do. He was silenced. No way to predict what was just going to happen. And now they're just free to push this bottom side, and nobody can really stop this Baron. Husky is 2 levels behind. He's going to try go for it. He's going to go over the ultimate. He's going to try and get it, but never mind. Vink secures it. There's no steal this game for Husky, and Vink secures the Baron, and they are going to be able to push these lanes in now and do whatever they want.
Yeah, all they need to do right now is just push in the bot lane and the mid lane, and then have the waves meet at the Nexus turret and try and end the game.
They can secure into a potential 1-3-1 or maybe a 1-4, maybe even a 2-3, where they would split into the bottom side and the top side of the map, with maybe even the Garen try and take down the middle lane. So maybe 2-2-1 would be the better option to go with into this game right now. Seraphine.
I mean, at this point, it doesn't really matter where they go. They can basically take an inhib no matter what. They're so far ahead that Cataclysm can't ever fight them, especially with the Baron.
Yeah, we see some pings going on towards the top side of the map on the blue side of the team. So somebody is going to go up there. Looks like Skycold is trying to make his way towards that top side, but Team Cataclysm is doing a good job of wave clearing these waves, as we got 2 people in the middle lane. Vink is just about to join up. But that bottom tower is finally going to go down. There's too much damage. Minions are doing too much. Dark Enclave is just dropping some damage as well onto the inhibitor. They don't have enough power to stop this push. And as I was saying, they're just going to take so many of these simultaneously. Taunt is going to land onto Vink, but Vink's just got too tanky at this point. There's not much that can harm him. Last inhibitor tower is going to go down to Skycold, and that means last inhibitor is also going to go down. Team Cataclysm is really just bleeding out now. They've got no options apart from just trying to force something to happen now. Otherwise, their towers are going to go down. Nexus towers are slowly dropping. With the Baron minions, but finally, big 4-man ultimate from Stronghold. This is what he was waiting for. The engage goes in, Curse goes down, Kenners is gonna go down, Husky's already dead, Mindless finally dropping. It's just Ainsley left at the end to try and defend, flashed away by Skycold to not die at the end, but Condemn goes in, but he W's over. And he does go down to Ainsley at the end, but that was a perfect engage. That's a game 2 goes to Team Bruv after a flawless performance.
Wow. Not really much to say about that game.
That's really not much to say. They went super hard, and they gave it their all to make sure that they can take it to the final game. That's exactly what we wanted to see. And we are going to see who did the most damage just really quickly. And it was a fight between the Corki and the Garen, who both hit 16,000, but it is at the end going to be Skycold with the most damage. So we are going to go into a little small break again, this time probably 5-minute one instead, so we can set up the next game lobby and give you guys game 3. So we'll see you in 5 minutes.
Good lord, dude.
KDA, should we show them how we do it every day? Let's get it. Kali that girl, Kali go girl, Kali don't stop, Kali don't skirt, Kali got a job, Kali go to work. 뜨거워 언제나 don't get burned. 넘쳐 흘러물 든 a buffet, 죽여주잖아 like a buffet. 누가 감히 on my outfit, 이건 문 열지 마, that's a rough day. I'm giving you more cause I'm greater than. 필요 없는 시험들 다 뿐이미. But all of my numbers are talking babe. 부루마법 메시지 monopoly. 눈종이 돈이 나 money 필요 없대. 너네들이 만든 돈들 go get it, go get it, go get it. The mission 눈을 못대 못해 그래 너도 get it cause I got it different. All I ever know is life upon the throne. 시작하면 끝을 보는 거야. You want more? No, I got it so deep down. You look like you could use some more. No, I got it, never running low. Yeah, I got more than enough, set it up and away. is life upon the throne. 시작하면 끝을 보는 거야. You want more? No, I got it so deep down. You look like you could use some more. No, I got it in, never running low. Yeah, I got more than enough, let it up and away. You know I got it like boom, boom, blow your mind. Never giving less, and it's how it'll stay. You know I got it like all day, all the time. Way out，感觉犹如海浪的微浪，不断往前，Oh you never way down。This is how I do it every day。Wow wow，这一路上的奇迹都记住了你的每一个瞬间，无比的耀眼。I know you want some more，准备好就一起走。Give it need more。No, I got it so deep down. You look like you could use some more. No, I got it in, never running low. Yeah, I got more than enough, let it up and away. You know I got it like boom, boom, blow your mind. Never giving less, and it's how it'll stay. You know I got it like all day, all the time. KDA, should we show them how we do it every day? Let's get it. Kali that girl, Kali go girl, Kali don't stop, Kali don't skirt, Kali got a job, Kali go to work. 뜨거워 언제나 don't get burned. 넘쳐 흘러물 든 a buffet, 죽여주잖아 like a buffet. 누가 감히 on my outfit? 그 문 열지 마, that's a rough day. Don't give any more cause I'm greater than. 필요 없는 시험들 다 뿐이미. But all of my numbers are talking bang. 부루마법 메시지 monopoly. 눈종이 돈이나 real money 필요 없대. 너네들이 만든 돈들 go get it, go get it, go get it. The mission 눈을 못대 못해 그래 너도 get it cause I got it different. All I'll ever know is life upon the throne. 시작하면 끝을 보는 거야. You want more? No, I got it so deep down. You look like you could use some more. No, I got it in, never running low. Yeah, I got more than enough, let it up and away.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, after a fantastic game 2. That was a complete, actually, you could call it a stomp by Team Bruv. They were able to take that game and take the series back to a 1-1. We are soon going to go into game 3, but first of all, Vink completely showing up this game after just having somewhat of a slow start on the Nunu in game 1, but this time around, he was in there and he meant business this time around.
Oh yeah, Vink showing he can match Husky. He basically said to Husky, anything you can do, I can do better. Popping off on that Hecarim.
Yes, they played pair pick and bans so well. They took the Hecarim away. They told them we can play also, and they rolled the game completely. So we are going to wait a few minutes for the players to get ready so we can talk a little bit about the potential for game 3. What I'm really expecting is for Draft to just go the same way as we just did. Dark Enclave is proving to be just a complete dark horse this tournament. Nobody pays attention to him in the game, but he just completely is able to just take these fights. He takes the leads and he just wins these matchups so cleanly. You don't even think he's a gold player at this point, but he's doing such a good job that he's just allowing Team Bruv to have this rock where they just simply have something to rely on each game, as they also did in game 1.
Yeah, he's just proving that he's definitely someone you need to either think about banning out or drafting around, because he's definitely showing up very hard for Team Bruv.
And we are soon going to go into game 2. Well, not game 3 actually.
Game 3, you mean,
It's
right?
game 3, yeah. Indeed, I'm losing my my mind a little bit.
I mean, it
We are
is
going-
easy to lose your mind after that game 1 fiesta you had.
It
in
is.
The first...
It is going to be swapping sides, so we are going to get CTM on the blue side, Team Bruv on the red side. And I gotta say this: if Strong Ewok is going to pick up Seraphine again, he's gotta bind his ultimate to a certain key, so he's not waiting about 30 minutes to use it. Especially with how powerful that ultimate is, you can make so many plays. So many plays around.
Ewok should think about binding his Seraphine ult to his right-click key. That way, he at least uses it.
That is true. He will definitely use it then and there. We are waiting on the players. Whenever they're ready. I think they say they're ready as well. So we are going to head on over to Champion Select once I actually have the spectate thing open. I do. Yeah, I'm ready. So I'm going to switch scenes to the Champion Select. I'm hoping we are going to start that one up as soon as possible. As I say that, we get into the last game of the day. Champion Select is starting, and I'm expecting to see a little bit of emphasis on bans on this mid lane, maybe even the top lane. I'm expecting the center ban to be dropped.
I'm expecting the Corki ban. 100%. Oh.
You said it's going to be the Seraphine, as you gotta say, it did buy a lot of time with these shields. The exhaust was so difficult to deal with for CTM by the looks of things, so they just want to get rid of that. Lilia is banned from Team Bruv. They know how good Husky is, how good his paths are, and they just don't want to see that champion on the Rift today at all. They want to have the best possible scenario.
I want to see a Corki ban here, and then the first big pick, Hecarim.
Yeah, definitely. Hecarim is a champion that they might want to be able to pick up. I'm expecting Team Bruv to keep that one banned, as they aren't be able to. Not clearly showing good respect to Dark Enclave. They don't want Dark Enclave to pick up one of his hands. But however, Dark Enclave can really showcase to us that he has been playing so many champions at this high level. Is it really possible for them to ban him out? But it's going to be another ban on the Vi, as I'm mumbling my words. So they don't want to see that in this game. And I'm expecting probably they're going to run it back with another Olaf ban. They know that the key of the game is Husky, but it's going to be the ban of the Garen. It's a bit weird. Seems like they might want to run back, but it's going to be the Hecarim ban instead by the looks of things. So it's a very smart ban. It doesn't give Husky his primary champion, which is this Hecarim. He's been popping off in this league very often on this champion, and that's definitely something that they want to get rid of from him at all times.
That's for the fact that they're starting to respect Dark Enclave, though.
Yes, the Dark Enclave definitely is one of the times, but it looks like they're going back to the Kaiser. They're going back to what allowed Kenneth to pop off end.
The Azir.
The Azir is opening. Looks like Skygold is going to treat us to Azir, but however, blind pick Azir is not something you really want to do. But if he's so confident in this 1v1 matchup that he can easily pull it off, he's definitely going to lock it in. And it definitely is. That means he is super, super confident and is going to be followed by a Volibear who only got jungle buffed. So it could be jungle or top. Definitely one of those.
I'm expecting it to be a jungle Volibear.
Definitely could be the jungle Volibear. He's gotten so much better in the jungle, especially with the E damage increase along with the W onto the minions. But it's going to be answered with the Olaf. So out of the two junglers, I'd say Volibear is just a little bit better, as he just scales slightly better than Olaf. Stribecker Olaf is also good as well, but the 100 HP going down means he's a little bit squishier, especially when he pops Ragnarok. He's not going to be he loses the resistances, and the less HP means he's going to go down a bit quicker.
Could potentially be a Stormclaw Olaf. I've been seeing Stormclaw Olaf popping up a little bit in LPL not too long ago.
Yeah, it's gonna looks like it's gonna get it's gonna be an answer with an Orianna towards this Azir. They're gonna handshake. They're just gonna wave clear. No big is gonna happen. But this Azir,
It'll be a farm lane.
It looks like they're gonna opt for a farm lane, and it definitely is. It definitely is. But that means this opens up so many bans for the side of Team Bruv towards the support role, towards the top side role, so they can give Dark Enclave the best matchup they can possibly do. Darius is still available, and I wouldn't be surprised if they first picked that here. But instead, we're going to be treated to a Taric. This time, will Strong Ewok press R on this champion, as this R is actually very crucial to land. So we're going to see if he's going to go along with that one.
The dive buddy system on the Volibear, meaning the Volibear will never ever die in a team fight as long as Taric presses that R button. And Ewok has been playing a lot of Taric in scrims recently.
Indeed, and Shen is going to get picked up, not picked up, but he's going to get banned away from Team Bruv, so that does tell me that Volibear might be a little bit of a flex stop as well, since they're trying to get rid of the Shen. Darius is going to go out, so it seems like Team Cataclysm aren't willing to risk the potential top laner is definitely Volibear. They want to make sure that Dark Enclave doesn't really have many options to fall back onto, and I'm expecting to possibly see a top lane ban here again. Not really point to ban support. We're probably going to see a Galio, maybe a Fresh, but instead it's the Ral ban. I completely forgot this champion existed, and we're not going to see away, as it's actually a very strong pick with the Kai'Sa.
The Shen ban actually tells me that it's gonna be a Volibear jungle, because Volibear tends to do very well into the Shen. But it could also just be a ban towards the Shen, because they don't want the split push potential that Shen does provide, as well as the shield and the Kai'Sa.
And they are going to ban Caitlyn. This means that Taric can get paired up with pretty much any other AD carry. Now Ashe has been slowly creeping up with the meta. She's been slowly getting slightly up on the scale, is getting ranked up slightly high, but it seems like they're going to go back with Vayne. They know the Vayne did well, but Vayne into Kai'Sa, it's not necessarily what I want to see, as this Kai'Sa just has so much more power post in the mid game other than Vayne.
I was thinking it could be about Kalista, because Kalista Taric tends to be a very, very strong lane, but he does pair it up with the Vayne, meaning that they want to try and force a farm lane as well, bot lane. They want to just scale,
and that means that Cursed is just open to pick any hooking support here, any hard engaged support. If they get onto this Vayne, she's just going to be blown up immediately. It's going to be the Nautilus picked up as well, and I'm expecting the last pick, it's going to be the top laner, so it's going to be something, but it's going to be Mindless's Jax, his #1 top laner, and it seems like if that's going to be Volibear top, he's definitely counter-picked him then, but definitely, like you said, I believe it's going to be the jungle of Volibear, and this time he's going to be, I'm seeing what they could counter-pick him with. The free Stride Breaker abusers have been banned away. So
could be a Stride Breaker Jax as well.
Could be a Stride Breaker Jax very much. We are going to see what he's going to up, but
Mundo,
Dr. Mundo, and this means that it could be either of them going into the jungle position. Both champions are good in both roles, so at this point, I'm expecting Mundo to really go in the top lane, as Volibear does struggle really hard into a Jax. Not much you can do against him there.
I think it is going to be Mundo top, because you can poke Jax down with the Q. And
Yes,
I think Volibear just doesn't do well into Jax at all. Jax just touches Volibear W, and he can't get the heal off. But on the other hand, if the Volibear does get ahead, then you have a free kill on Jax anytime Mundo does show top, if it is a Mundo jungle.
Yes, indeed, and the Volibear is definitely been a very strong jungler lately. One moment, I'm being asked if I'm joining Clash tomorrow with some friends. Don't know yet. We are going to have some games to do tomorrow. I'm hoping I will find the streamer. If not, I'm going to have to be the one who's doing it. Especially with an interesting matchup such as Chainers vs THH, Team Frostfire. Definitely are looking to upset Chainers, even with a game win. The Chainers are the favourites to go to this final. So are Team Cataclysm, but at this stage of the game, I kind of rate Team Bro's chances a little bit. They are showing that they can play very well. So we are going to be seeing how they fare. But we have gone into the Champions Select, and I am going to leave you alone for just 30 seconds, as I've just been told I've got to go do something really quickly. So you can chat about the game and what these teams can do, and I'll just be right back with you.
Basically, what Team Bruv wants to do here, the Team Bruv's win con here is just try and use the Mundo and Volibear to get to that 2-item spike on the Vayne and the Asir. If they are allowed to do that, they should be able to handshake any team fight and win it. On Cataclysm, they want to try and snowball the game through Jax. They want to play heavily topside so Jax is unable for that split push, because Team Bruv doesn't really have any good answers for him. And if Jax is able to split push, let's say in the bottom lane for the upcoming Baron fight that will happen in the 25-30 minute into the game, they will be forced into a 4v5 because Jax doesn't really care about the Baron. He just wants to split push and just take turret. Mid lane should be a fairly easy gank for the Volibear, because of the Azir having to blow the Orianna flash. As well as the Volibear slightly favoring the top lane for the 2v2, I believe, in the early game. With the Mundo Cleavers and the Volibear QW should be able to outdamage the Olaf Jax in the early game, as long as Jax doesn't have any stacks up. The bot lane, Nautilus Kaiser, typically a very strong duo, if they can find the Nautilus ult. But Taric nullifying that with the Taric ult as well, making it super difficult for any dive to happen bot lane as well. Pretty close draft after all, but I would favor Team Bruv here in the draft because of how easy that comp seems to be at executing. The Orianna Olaf though is kind of scary for the Vayne, because it means that Vayne doesn't really have that good options of peeling herself, and as well peeling against the Olaf, who will be running into the backline going for the Azir or the Vayne.
And I am back. Just had to run a little bit. We are 30 seconds away from getting into the game, so that's perfect timing. We are going to. This is the final game, so everything needs to be put on the table for both teams. Both teams will really want to make this final. Will really want to prove that they are the best team in Coral. As really only the final matters if you think about it. A regular split will not. Well, nobody will look at the regular split if one of these teams ends up beating Chainers or TFF in the end. So definitely, we are nearly going into game, game 3 that is, and that's going to be the end of this game then. And
Oh yeah.
and the game hasn't launched yet, but
We are waiting for spectator delay.
Ah yes, spectator delay. I forgot that exists. I thought the spectator delay was going down. I thought they were quicker with the Champions League, but it doesn't matter. We can probably talk about how we can really, how these teams. I mean, you've probably already done that. I don't know exactly what you've said, so if you want.
I basically just made a rundown on how each specific matchup should go.
And that is something, but we can probably talk about the importance of winning this game. As I said, it is the game that takes you to finals. It is something that both these teams really want. They've worked so hard for the past 9 weeks to be here.
Oh yeah.
And they definitely want to prove that they are the better counterpart. They had a match between each other in week 7, I believe it was. Team Cataclysm took that and took both games on that week. And definitely Team Bruv probably left a bit of a sour taste in their mouth, and they just want to come back and just show that they are the better team. They are the better team when it matters the most.
Oh yeah, Team Bruv definitely wants to show that they can hang with the big boys of the Coral League this season around, like the Janus, like the Cataclysm. They want to show that they deserve to be in this playoff and they deserve to go to finals.
Yes, indeed. We are awaiting just under a minute 30, I mean, we got to talk about Husky finally getting the Olaf. It is now much weaker than it was a few patches ago, but it's still a fairly decent jungler. It can farm fairly quickly. It can also execute the ganks quite well, and I mean, if you place the Orianna ball on him, even though when he presses Ragnarok, he's still going to maintain some of those resistances, and if he manages to get into all 4 of the enemy team without dying, a shockwave could mean a disaster.
Oh yeah, shockwave can mean like any typical Orianna Olaf comp, that the shockwave delivery with the Olaf is kind of telegraphed, but it's super easy to get off because no one can really stop the Olaf going in. But with it being that telegraph, you have the Targal to sort of help peeling for the Olaf, because the Targal stops the Olaf all to really have any pressure, simply because of the fact that he can't kill anyone while the Targal is on, which gives the Vayne the time to shred the Olaf. As well as the Azir, if they get like a Targal on the Azir and the Vayne, the Olaf is just nullified completely. The Targ is super clever here.
One set. Unfortunately, my oven stopped working. I had to go fix that. But we are in game. I should have switched the scenes. Yes, I should have. And I am here. We are looking finally at the very last game, and looks like Team Cataclysm. Yeah, they want to invade. They weren't. The Vayne did spot them eventually, so she is going to be all safe and sound. But they missed the ward with the red trinket. So the ward is still in the pixie brush, so that they are definitely okay with that. They don't know they've been spotted, but Punky Boy was just acting recall. The ward is still going to see them, and it looks like Vink is going to go towards his red side. Doesn't really care about his blue buff. And they can clearly tell what they are doing. And if Mindless recalls here, he's going to be late to the wave. He's going to be very late to the wave now. That's definitely going to impact him a little bit in this matchup. And it seems like they are wasting time. This is actually big brain by Vink to start red side, because now... actually, never mind. They are going to take the blue buff away, so looks like they might be trying to split the map, do a bit of a vertical jungle, which in essence is a bad idea, because now you're leaving this Jax in a weak side. But that depends what
you're leaving Jax alone against the Mundo, which you really want to attack before Mundo hits level 6 and makes it impossible to dive him.
Yeah, it seems like, yes, that we're definitely going to get a map split. Both junglers are going to handshake on that. But that means that Mindless is going to be open to potential early game ganks, and that's not something that you really want to subject your Jax into. But also, your bot lane of Vayne Taric is not one of the strongest, so also having both junglers are really prioritizing both sides. But however, it seems like, actually not seems like, but it looks like the bottom side from Team Cataclysm are not looking too much, but they are going to get the level 2, going to get the hook onto Strong Ewok, but not much more damage is going to land, as Team Bruv, it's both Strong Ewok and Punky Boy anticipated that engage pretty well. And both junglers are still just doing their quadrants of the map. I would be quite looking in the direction of top lane. Vink is going Grump. He is level 2. He is going to take the Grump pot and get level 3 off that. But the Olaf Husky is much quicker on the clear than him. Kind of standard thing that the Olaf.
Big wave top lane. You can potentially dive that. Well, Vink says that Vink is basically moving back to his own jungle, trying to full clear. Get ready for Scuttle Crab coming up.
Yeah, he is a bit further behind than the Olaf. The Olaf is doing his Krugs right about now, so he is going to be a few minions ahead. He is 6 now, and Vink is just only on his Raptors. So, I mean, you're not going to really outpath an Olaf as a Volibear and clear speed. That is just something that's just not going to happen. But, however, the bottom lane of Team Bruv just allowed the Olaf to just waltz on into the bot side river. They have the prio so they can go and stop him, but they choose not to, and that could really put them in a very dangerous position, because because they have no wards, and this Olaf is just right then and there. They are going to get the stun onto Ken as they walk too far forwards, and here's Husky. He gets the pickup, and that's a flash forward, the undertow, but Ewok gets hooked in, and the first blood goes down. But as I say that, the gank onto Mindless is going to go down as well. Flash forward by Vink to get the stun, but Mindless flashes away in time, and that's 2. That's so many summoners going down from Team Bruv's side, but only 1 kill going over, and that's gone over to Cursed onto this Nautilus. And that always seems to happen in these early stages. Support always gets the first kill, but it doesn't matter. Strong Ewok they were able to punish this this play this overstep that Team Bruv really did. They wasted so much of their time, but that was a good step away from Dark and Clay from the stun, and he's gonna poke him down a little bit. That's a big CS lead he's just built up on this Jax.
That gank from Bolivar basically means that Jax has to concede any chance of being prior in that lane.
Yes, indeed. He can't walk up to the waves anymore, as Dark Enclave has flash, and he has so much damage too. As you can see, the cleavers are doing so much, but the bot lane really not recognizing that they are the weak side. They're on the weak side of the map. They have no jungle support. Mid laner's not going to come Alpha Mid and Azir, and really they can't do anything apart from even playing in the 2v2. They can't beat Kai'Sa and Nautilus in the 2v2 fight anyway, so really not very helpful. And as we're talking, Husky is on the dragon, taking it away. As you can see, slowly taking it. Vink is in the side of the map as well, but both Kenez and Kirst have able to find, but get Prio in that lane as well. Mid lane has also got Prio, so that is a free takeaway of Dragon. In both games, Dragon has been taken away before the Rift Herald has spawned, so that is something we don't often see. And both Dragons have been taken before 6:30 in all games today.
It is Cloud Dragon, so it doesn't necessarily mean that much in the early game for Team Bruv. So
Yes.
Team Bruv can basically just give that up, scale up, get to your win, come play for the Asir in the mid game, because Asir mid game will be the reason why they would win those team fights.
Yes, this Jax is just so far behind right now, so he's not going to be able to do too much, especially in this matchup against Dark Enclave. And as you can see, Dark Enclave just presses W, walks up, press E, autos, and that's it. But Skycold has got this Shrima shuffles straight to Vink into the arms of the bear, and here's the kill going over to Skycold. Ainsley flashing away for whatever reason. He should flash the shuffle first. Unfortunately, he's going to go down bursting his flash as well, and that's going to mean a kill finally going over to Skycold, and Skycold is going to get hyper-fed on this Azir by the looks of things at this time.
That is the gang setup that I talked about when you took the 30-second break. That Team Bruv can set up fairly easily. Is this Arima shuffle with the Orianna into the Volibear stun?
Yes, indeed. That was a perfect shuffle, but as you see, the Husky is on that top side. He's been spotted out. Team Cataclysm have a fairly safe freeze in the bottom side of the lane, so not much they can do. I am surprised that we haven't seen many roams coming out from either side of the supports. Strong Ewok not really playing these playmaking supports, but Kirst really has, and he's really just been kind of sitting in this bottom side, not making too many plays. Not too many plays for his team. He's on the Nautilus, so I'm expecting for him to be a lot more proactive. Herald is spawning in 30, and I would expect both junglers to really look towards these objectives. Vink has been on top of the Herald takes this series. He knows that his team really relies on getting ahead. They want to get this gold. They want to be able to scale maybe even quicker than they normally would. And Herald, with the amount of gold that it provides for whoever's in the lane, it definitely is going to help that. And by the looks of things, Husky is just taking the bottom side of Vink's jungle, and Vink doesn't know about it this time, so he's not going to go into that jungle. He's going to look towards this Herald now.
I mean, you just take the Herald here. You don't really care about your bot side jungle, so him not knowing there is completely fine. You just take the Herald. You go into their blue buff. Look at the see if the blue buff's up. If it's up, you take it. Potentially give it to the Asir.
And now they know that there's the potential dive coming forward, but Husky is going to force to back away because he saw it on the ward. He's going to be forced into his bot side jungle. Dark Enclave just does whatever he wants. He just presses W, walks over the wave, and just queues past it. Mindless. Not much that he can do at this time of the game, and by the looks of things, Vink is going to get the second respawn of Wolves as well.
Yeah, you can see Vink is just taking away the Olaf blue buff, so the Olaf counter jungling doesn't do anything to hurt the Volibear at all. You should probably look for the Herald. Place the Herald top lane, look for the potential dive you can
They are
have
definitely,
on the
they've got a wave, they've got level 6 on Vink. That means the tower will be disabled. Dark Enclave has ult as well, so you should really pop it now if they are looking to go ahead. Maybe even pop the Herald, but here's Mindless, he's gonna go all in, he pops his ultimate, he's got no counter strike, but here's the ultimate from Vink. He's going to get the shield. The Dark Enclave is currently tanking the tower. That's going to be the last auto attack left from Vink. This flashes, flash chomp, and there goes the life of Mindless. And also, so many planes are going to go down. TP is available. But that means first tower is going to go down anyway, as Mindless is only going to be up in 12 seconds. TP takes about 5 seconds TP, so in about 11 seconds he's going back onto the map. But that's a perfect use of early Volibear pressure and the Herald as well.
It's gonna hurt the Jax so much. Jax is sitting at 39 CS to Mundo's 83. It's been super brutal for the Jax.
And now here's Husky, and he's going to pop Ragnarok as well. Here's Vink, he's going to use the Counter-Strike stun, but Vink is going to go down very quickly. Don't know why they stayed for so long. Husky helping out the Jax a little bit, allowing them to pick up build, but as we can see, there's an Executioner's Calling that has been built on Jax. The Jax can't even effectively trade into him as well, as Dark Enclave will just go back and pick up more armor, more MR, and his healing is just going to be an addition. And as you see, never mind, that's a full Sunfire cape being finished. So this Executioner's Call is not going to mean much for this Jax at this point in the game.
Yeah, no, with all the pressure Volibear has been putting up on the Jax, even with the first gang, and then now the Rift Herald, Jax has been put so far behind. It's gonna take ages before Jax can be able become that split push god. And if you look at the bot lane, even though they've been playing weak side, they've not fallen too far behind. They're still doing fine. They're not dying. They're still scaling up, getting their items with the call on the Vayne.
And as you were talking, Ainsley with great footwork, he dodges the stun from Ewok, perfect shockwave, and he's going to get the blast going out, but the Sky Cold with the shuffle out, he is going to get away. He's got the flash available, and Mindless is trying to get it onto him. He's going to get the stun, but never mind, he doesn't. Sky Cold flashes over the wall very quickly, and that's going to be a second dragon for Team Cataclysm in this whole mix-up. Ainsley put so much time without bursting his flash this time, which is very good for him this time around.
It's just the result of playing weak side bot lane. You have the Olaf coming in. You can just take the dragon. You have the vision for it. You know Volibear's top side, and they have to reset after they just killed the Orianna. Orianna bought so much time that it allowed Cataclysm to set up the proper vision, set up the place for the Baron, the dragon. I mean.
Yes, very much indeed. And Orianna just dying 2 times, getting Shurima shuffled, but this time buying a little bit of time so they were able to get something back in return. It's only 2 to 3, but that's a 2k golden, and Husky is in between the bonus time ties, but that means that TP is going to go in, but he's going all in onto Punky Boy, but you've got no resistances no more, and here's a Vayne with an ultimate. He flashes over the wall. Cursed is caught between Dark Enclave and Vink. He flashes away, gets the Q onto, but that doesn't matter because here's Vink with the ultimate. He dunks him down completely, and Kenners, he's got ultimate available, he's got flash available, it doesn't matter because Vink and Dark Enclave just run him down completely, and Dark Enclave is not going to get anyone down. He lives on no HP. Shockwave gets 2, but it doesn't matter because there's no damage left. Punky Boy, what are you doing? He goes in, he tumbles forward, he's going to go down. That's the second time he's done something, and wait, how did he recall? That should not have happened. He got hit before he even recalled, but Strong Ewok, no flash. He is going to go down, and the Husky is getting on ahead a little bit on the side. He's picking up some of these kills, and he maybe is going to be able to get some of this game back, as they have picked up plenty of free kills right now. And Mindless was able to free farm some of this top wave, but Skycold as well picked up so many plates mid lane.
You don't need to be there after you made the initial play. You got 2 kills. You don't need to be there. Just take the kills back out and then let your bot lane scale.
And never mind, as you were talking, Husky is grading for a blue buff. Vink is fighting him, but Vink has no ultimate, no flash, so he is cursed as well. Ainsley is here as well, but there's no shockwave available and no flash on the Nautilus as well. So everyone's just going to get out with their lives intact this time. Now, as I was saying, Skyco tried to shuffle in through that bush. That was actually quite clean, not going to lie. But he's not...
Skyco's is looking really good.
Yes, and he is trying his hardest this game. This is the last game. This is the most that they can make, and Husky's actually opted for the Gore Drinker this game.
I mean, it does make sense, right? You're the only frontline for your team, pure frontline for your team. The Nautilus is gonna be like somewhat tanky, but it is the Nautilus support. So he's not gonna have this on fire or something like that you would see typically coming in from a Nautilus top lane. And
as well, he is going to be in the midst of so many champions. He's going to be surrounded by the Mundo, by a Volibear, as well as potentially a Taric next to him. And if he's going to be hitting the Vayne, he's going to have at least 3 champions around him. So definitely, he's going to get a bit of value from that Gore Drinker. And I'm expecting him to get quite tanky from this moment on as well.
Oh yeah. And with the Shriebreaker nerf, Gordringer does seem like the best item currently on Olaf. Other than the Stormclaw I've been seeing in the PL, they typically go more offensive. They go for the Ravenous Hydra on the Olaf as well, to sort of match up with the Stormclaw, so you get the healing from that you would go for.
But you're getting a fight in the top lane. Mindless just gets run down. He opted for a fight. It was just not the right time. And here's the Ragnarok getting popped by Skycold. Not Skycold, sorry. By by Husky, and Skycold dashes away from the shockwave, but here's the Mundo. He's going on to Ainsley. Husky has no more damage left, but he takes Vink down. The Gore Drinker proving to be so strong, but Dark Enclave is just running Ainsley down. Another Q is landing onto him. Ainsley has nothing left. Kill's going to get donated to Skycold. He picks up a freebie. That's a 4th one for him for this game, and it's just slowly running away from them.
Asir is snowballing. They need to get some kills onto the Asir to stop the snowballing. He's gonna get the turret as well, and they're gonna get 2 turrets to 0 currently.
That is 2 towers down by 15 minutes. 3k gold lead. Team Bruv are really looking like a unit this game. Bot lane struggling just a little bit, but that top side of the map is just looking super strong this series.
Oh yeah, the top prior that they put on the Mundo was super good for now, because now Mundo will basically be able to 1v1 the Jax and pretty much anyone for the entire game until Jax gets those like 3-4
and strong Ewok pulling the trigger. Beautiful flash stun onto 2 members of Team Cataclysm, but TP's all around. Vink just messes up completely with the ultimate. Mindless is in the backline here, and there's Jax. He's got the Trinity Force this time around, but Husky is in the backline. He's got a big Gore Drinker. He's able to get Punky Boy down, and Mindless is in the backline. He's not going to pick up a Skycold. Vink is just about to. Ainsley is going to get run down by Dark Enclave as well. Nobody can get through him just yet. And
he's so tanky.
He's so tanky indeed, but that's going to be a 3 for 3. And that's a big fight. And with the Dragon finally spawning, I believe Team Bruv will be able to secure this one. But that's somewhat of a decent win. They managed to take down 3 people in a fight like this, while only losing Dragon and 3 people of themselves as well. So in a way, it keeps Team Cataclysm back in the game, as well as allowing the Jax to pick up a kill, pick up a bit of gold as well in a trade like that.
And again, look at top lane. Dark Enclave 2-0 and A, proving that he is a top laner to really respect and play around.
Yes.
As well as Skycold in the mid lane on the Asir.
As you can see, there is only 3 mythics completed on the side of Team Cataclysm, and 4 mythics completed on all the important people on the side of Team Bruv. They have the item advantage. This Kai'Sa is cross-building so much. She's forced to buy Executioners. She's trying to get to her Kraken Slayer, because once she gets those 3 items, she's really going to destroy this Mundo, because the Mundo is really all about stat checking his opponents. But here's Vink. They're going to walk straight into a volley bear. There's no flash onto Kenners. Kenners is going to get condemned. He's going to go down, and Punky Boy picks up a freebie. He just unknowingly gets taken down by the bear, and that just means more waiting for the scale for Kenners onto that Kai'Sa.
He has been farming up a storm though. He's sitting on 154 CS, which is pretty decent at 18 minutes into the game.
Yeah, he is the furthest in CS ahead in this game, but without building any more items. But Mindless is trying to all in Dark Enclave, but he's doing quite a big chunk of damage. Husky is right behind him. Dark Enclave doesn't know this. Mindless is so low, but Dark Enclave just flashes forward, and Mindless is not going to have enough damage. He doesn't have any... Actually, as I say this, he has anti-heal, but it doesn't matter because Dark Enclave has anti-heal of his own. Why did Husky flash? Vink was right behind, and they pick up another kill, and the game is just getting out of hand for Team Cataclysm. They're just trying to reach for something, but it doesn't matter because Dark Enclave is just too bloody big now.
Dark Enclave is so cute. They have to throw 3 or 4 people at him, and even then, it's still like a mystery if they can kill him or not.
And there we go, Vink utilizing this volley bear to the max. He goes in, ganks behind the tower, he ganks Ainsley down, knows there's no flash available, and they pick up a free tower for themselves as well. So at this point, this volley bear can just do whatever he wants. Looks like Strong York and Punky Boy. Never mind, there's a TP, and Kenners is going to go down again. Stun is going to not hit, but it doesn't matter because he's going to pick up the assist anyway. Vink is fighting off Red Husky in the river. Skycold is there as well. Slow is going to land, and a Shurima Shuffle is going to land as well. And Husky is going to get down. Team Bruv are just picking up piece up by piece all around the map now. And there's really not much that... There's not much that Cataclysm can do at this point. They're just losing out everywhere.
And it comes from Ving and Dragonclave Skycall popping off again, playing to the strong side of the team, right? They're playing to the true carriers of the Harpoon Boys, which is the top side and the mid lane.
Yes, they've got the bot side. They don't really need to worry about it, as the bot side really just scales on its own. The Taric is really always going to be useful. He's got that ultimate, so no matter how many deaths he's incurred, all he's got to do is press a W on one of his carries, press an ult, and they are able to do work. Dark Enclave has really stepped up this series. He's been on point every single game, and Sky Cold as well. On this Azir, he's showing why it was banned in the first 2 games. And this time, trying to ban out Dark Enclave meant Skycold gets whatever he wants, gets his best champion. And Dark Enclave is just beating everybody on any champion. There's just nothing you can do now. What can they do at this point?
I mean, they have to look for picks again, like they did like they had to try in game 2, right? Like, it's looking really, really grim. They picked a team fight comp, I guess, with the Nautilus Kai'Sa and with the Orianna and Olaf as well. They want to run people down, but with the Jax and Orianna being so far behind, they don't have the damage.
And the red buff gets stolen by Vink as well. Really, nothing is working. Seems like they are going to look towards a fight. They are super clumped up, both them sides. Big shockwave onto Punky Boy. It took forever for Husky to realize, but Punky Boy is dead. But Curse is going to go down to Skycold as well. The False are fall on the side of Team Bruv, and it's going to be a 1-4 in support for an AD carry, so quite a decent trade. But Dragon is going to be up in 10 seconds. It's Infernal Soul. It's going to be the second Infernal for Team Bruv. Nothing that Husky can do is going to stop them. He's got no flash, he's got no Ragnarok, so he can't just run all in. And it is going to go down straight to the arms of Team Bruv now.
There's just nothing Cataclysm can do in a team fight. They need to try and split them up. Maybe play 1-3-1 with the Orianna side lane to try and farm up, as well as the Jax just trying to split push, because they can take a team fight with Skycold, Vink, and then Dragonclave being so far ahead.
Yes, indeed. Team Bruv seems like they are really trying hard to make it to this finals. They had to go through round 1. They were only seed 3. They just missed out on seed 2. So they had to go all the way from round 1 to here. And by the looks of things, they are going to take this opportunity as most. They are actually 7k ahead. So they have every possibility of winning this game. They have every tool needed. The Vayne is just slightly a little bit behind everyone else on the team, but it doesn't matter. But Vink is here. Ragnarok is available, not popped yet. Vink is in between 3 people. Vink, you're a bit too far. But the team fight finally erupts. Vink, he's got so much HP. And, I mean, Husky had to pop Ragnarok, and looks like Team Bruv don't want to take unnecessary fights here. They want to expunge resources, because look and see, Dark Enclave is just taking towers. He's basically a tanky Jax this game. He's doing what Jax should be doing, but better.
Yeah, he's basically saying to Jax, well, like, anything you can do. Like I said before, like, anything you can do, I can do better. Like, Mundo is so far ahead, no one can match him. He just runs people down.
And once he completes that Spirit Vestige, his ultimate is going to be so strong. They're not going to be able to burn through it. This is basically, healing in this game is so strong. Even like I'm expecting Orianna to just get a Morello's at this point, because really she does a lot of AoE damage, wasting so much gold on picking up so much anti-heal on champions like Jax. Under Kai'Sa has meant that they are so far behind in items. Instead, Orianna is still struggling to find her rhythm. They've gone for the Leandris again. This time around, they've got 2 really big tanks, so this time the Leandris is definitely a really good pickup.
Orianna just having the Garden Cell, like, he doesn't have any completed items except for her Mythic.
And that's definitely going to be...
Like you said, she should go for at least the Oblivion Orb, just to get some form of anti-heal for the Mundo, for the Volibear as well. Yes, and the Taric.
The Taric shielding and healing is also pretty big. And Vink looks like he wants to steal another buff away, but here's Cursed. And Vink doesn't get it, but Vink might be in a little bit of trouble. There's no flash available. He's got this ultimate. Loads of damage are going down. He's going to be forced to ult away. Mindless, in the meantime, is dropping to Sky Cold. He goes down. Dark Enclave flashes onto Ainsley. He's going to be trying to take him down. Ainsley, within a smite range of death, and he gets smited. And Cursed is going to be the one who's going to drop next. He drops the ultimate, but it doesn't matter. Punky Boy finishes him up. Husky is going to take a little bit of damage from Sky Cold, and it looks like he's going to pop the Ragnarok, but Sky Cold, he's got the shuffle away. Flash forward over to the Raptors, and he picks him up with the Samai onto Grump, with the I'm losing words, with the Gore Drinker as well, and he gets away from Dark Enclave. That's a big shutdown picked up, and that is something that they really needed, but it doesn't matter. Baron has been started. Baron is going down fairly slowly, but there's nothing that team Cataclysm can do at this point. The Baron is going to go down to the side. Husky is trying to walk, but it's going to be a bit too late. TPs are being dropped, so they are going to look to fight this. 1k health go down. He steals it with an undertow. Vink is smiting too early, but Milas is going to go down before they are going to walk into a team fight. Kenneth is here. He's trying to do something here. Big fight. They are going to drop strong hero. Vink is very low. Cursed is in the midst of the fight. Punky Boy goes down. Dark Enclave is getting low. He's got no ultimate. He's going to get hooked away. Kenneth is trying his hardest, but it doesn't matter because he's going to get run down by Vink and Dark Enclave. Cursed is going to be the one who's going to drop next. Sky Cold is here to pick up the final kill. That was the last-ditch effort to try and make something happen, but it didn't matter because they get taken down. That's a 5-for-2, as well as stealing the Baron.
And they got a 7k gold leader. They could just go mid, take the inhib, and then take the dragon spawning up, and then reset, and probably just end the game.
Yeah, definitely they can look for this dragon. There are 2 flashes available on the Kenners and Ainsley, but it doesn't matter because the dragon is going to be up. Actually, never mind. Dragon's up in 20, so they can definitely make their way towards it. It is the 3rd dragon for both sides of the team, and both teams are really trying as hard as they can to get this. Team Bruv, unfortunately, falling in that little fight, but doesn't matter because I mean, Dark Enclave is just so big as well as Vink. Husky with the big steal, but Husky is gonna have to be popping the Ragnarok. He's got stunned up. Dark Enclave is doing so much damage to him. But that's a 3-man shockwave. No, 2-man shockwave. But a beautiful shuffle by Skycold. He picks up a triple. They pick up the dragon. They're going to walk down the mid lane. And they are going to look to secure the first inhibitor tower of the game. Vink is going towards that bot lane to push the wave in. He wants to bring the wave in so they can get a second tower as well. There's no Baron on them available. But it doesn't matter because it's currently 4 against 2. Cursed is getting... His health bar is dropped. Kenners cannot defend this. There's too many people around. Punky Boy still has ult available. Ewok still has ult available as well. Vink is pushing that bottom side and pretty sure his team is going to join him now to try and get this. There's a 10k gold lead of it now for the side of Team Bruv. And Team Cataclysm have tried everything. They've tried the picks. They tried the steals. But it didn't matter because now they are going to look to lose potentially another inhibitor. But they're going to defend this one. If Shockwave was available, that was a 4-man Shockwave waiting to happen. Dark Enclave is going to get hooked up. He's got ult available in a second, so he's definitely going to use to pop that. Here's the ultimate being used by Ewok, and it saves Dark Enclave. And the fight erupts. Mindless is going to go down. Kenneth is going to go down as well. Skycold does not get picked up. He lives with the barrier. He lives with his E-shield. He's going to recall for some reason. They picked up 5. They're going to roll on the wave. They're going to take down the Nexus Towers. It's going to be the finals for Team Bruv. They come back valiantly. They beat them pretty decisively. Game 2, a stomp, and I guess this was a surrender because my game just froze. The game is over. I hear the Nexus blow up, and Team Bruv are the first team advancing to finals.
Team Bruv proving that they lost to Cataclysm by just like slight mistakes they made in the game, and they're showing that they fixed the mistakes, and they're actually looking really, really strong.
Yeah, they are looking very strong. Whether Chainers or Team Frostfire are going to verse them in the finals, they're definitely going to have to watch out, because both of these teams are going to bring because Team Bruv are going to bring their A game. I got to give this series has really been on for Dark Enclave. I mean, I couldn't even give MVP, because all 3 players of Team Bruv have stepped up hugely today. Sky Cold, impressive, and Corky on the Azir. He's only dropped a death in the last 2 games. Vink, the Hecarim, the Volleybet, he was where he needed to be. But Dark Enclave, every single matchup this series, he proved he was the better player. He proved he was so up there, and he basically won. He nearly brought the game 1 back for his own team, apart from a few that final team fight. So gotta say, the better team is going to finals today.
Oh yeah, 100%. Dark Enclave is such a monster in that top lane. He picked himself into a bad matchup in game 2, and he still came out ahead.
If you
really well played.
If you had to pick MVPs, who would you pick in this game?
Dark Enclave, 100%.
I gotta say, Dark Enclave definitely brought so much to the table. That stable topside allowed Vink to really do whatever he wanted to do, and I mean, I would love to have a voting system, but for now we don't have it. And if people want to type in the chat who they thought was the MVP of the series as well, that would be greatly appreciated. But that depends if they are going to type in the chat. If not, we are going to pick one ourselves between the 2 of us, and it's going to go onto our Twitter account. So someone said Cendrian, someone said Tarek. Cendrian doesn't play anymore in the league. George,
it has to be Dark Enclave. Dark Enclave was such a rock for Taboo boys in this entire series. Like in every single game, he was such a rock that he didn't lose any matchup at all. Like he played very, very well.
That is true. That's definitely the case. I think we should award the MVP to Dark Enclave, second week in a row actually, because last weekend against TLH he also earned the MVP of the series. So definitely Dark Enclave is really popping off lately, and definitely matchup between George and him is going to be an interesting one as that. But tomorrow we are going to see Chainers versus Team Frostfire, and definitely want you guys to come and watch that as well. It's going to be hopefully a banger of a series, or it's going to be a one-sided stomp fest. Any way we're going to see it. That has been it from me. It's been everything from Kieran as well, and we are going to see you guys tomorrow.
Have a good one, boys.